of January 2022. Welcoming you to a good day live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM, live on Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. I'm hoping your weekend was a good one and you had quality time with loved ones and friends. I'm excited, thrilled to welcome you to today's edition of the show. There is so much to talk about this morning, and so I entreat you to walk with us and to stay with us from now until 9 when we will be out of here and allow for other programs to also take over and come your way with the best of content. But in the pay me more kwaba na de bi san say na nya bia no weekend ko ya na woni adofo ahwebo mu wotimi epie kakra kwesiada utimi ekwa sorry so as to see the face of God na woni ne bedi enkitekita ho kakra. Meaning most of us say we are doing virtual. I was one of those people. Me dem here virtual. Me dem here virtual. Until we don't go to church. Yes, it was very, very good doing the virtual services, enjoying good message, lying comfortably in my bed and soaking the message in whilst preachers not a service, you know. But you see, there is one thing about being in service and then having a virtual service. When you are in the service, the feeling is different. You are part of it. You feel the move of the Spirit whilst you are in church, and you are able to participate fully. Sometimes, whilst you are there, if the man of God is ministering, you are able to feel the ministration physically because you are there and the Holy Spirit is there, and so you feel it. Not to say, man, your virtual service. It's okay to do your virtual service. But all I'm saying is, Yashaf Yasidia. But more than so, but it's one among Wako Yankopon fee. Co and Yankopon, ending common, Wunu Yankopon, ending Sawaso, Wunu Yankopon, Munin common for a brabo home. As to how you expect this year, 2022, to be for you. I know this year will be a year of recovery for many of us. I know this year will be a year where God will show His might on our behalf this year. Obeda na huodin edi obeda ni tumi edi ewe abrabomo. But in the end, you must have a closer relationship with God. You must bond with God. You must read His word. Start your day always right. So do Nyankopon ebe shasiye. Na so Nyankopon ene nama. What would you be afraid of? Dey na be suro ewo wiase mu, e dey na be suro wasasi so. There would be nothing to fear because He who created the world is with you. He who is able to turn the hearts of kings around in your favor is with you. He is able who is able to manipulate things in a scheme of things. No, He is with you. Why would you be afraid? The one who goes to war and you perform no task and yet victory is always yours. So why would you be afraid? And the meeting at the simulation and more about ever happy morning show. So now enter ACP retired Victor Tando at the road safety tidbits na ever bro. You na ya twaso at the headlines of the newspapers no abre on mam for and no epa ho ya the sports update kakra ever twaso na ya jembe ya the CBG business tips no so no abre on mam for na ya sha CC di enkomo and enkomo ne the in 70 bebre in a way up so last week na there was a lot of strike and na air cost two for UTAC for their intent to go on strike and na air shas here yebedi ho enkomo sim card registration exercise cost data increment and also with MTN ni nyina no yebedi ho enkomo na pay, and so I encourage you to stay with us na yendidi ye ho enkomo ne to adwene benchmark values reversal ni nyina no yedi ho enkomo na pay happy morning show so jumadi across live on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. I encourage you to follow these platforms and to share the link to groups, platforms, and also na if the conversation goes right, that's when we're able to carry something along whilst we are all together. Sammy de Bakone ACP retired Victor Tando, Edin Komo. And you welcome back to the Happy Morning Show. Sammy de Bakone ACP retired Victor Tando, Edin Komo. ACP Anapensi Mokwaba. Good morning.
Major Sodisha.
Nampum Zano Pai Eja.
Yamin Chadia, Patrick, begins to Mosumoy.
Yede wa de ase. Anopa so de aja ye down.
So me de wase. De wase dwumayfo mo happy FM. Amomo onkosumo nyame nkoso de nhiramo. Ene mo dwuma pa mo de asimoni so. Amodi ede bua moman. Nyame nkoso nkam on tremushi. Atiefo amoti dwumadi anopa mamu nyina chen. Omachen adihye edmo bese dwumadi kesi so Happy FM 98.9. Anopa yene de bema Sami Sean na ti adwam. Enyo nko na ho omo body ti domo no bi ni Isaac Oge Gilbert Sefadankwa Raymond Nyamado Ewra Fatih Shaibu Ali Pastor Thomas Kwam Dante and the director is Urekuma. Dafwe de yamiase so on ye dini ye na bronye chi nyinara hey anto wada na bemeshon mse wo ya de pa enkofota akachira ode say o dina fidie so pa na no the road safety arresting outside the road safety no meet em say esa ade kura no klasi kura oni mo de pa amenka ho onkoso enshira wadwen pegin na so onkoso so oni ma pasomo
amen
amenka
amen
ebusafo mame na drama fo nyina se besanse yewura ansa ne yewura bronya bosumin mo penima no no na se enoma yehu no maso papa se enkontabuo no ba na ni namba bi enkontabuo no ba na ni namba bi enti yewura bosumin no no bronya bosumin na je se ayehu kakra se enti afi ebekọ ni se ni nanso ekoye kakra kuya sanse bronya no wan kase mo de keka hono de ekoye ni bisisi ye nanso ano anye den ti se afia emfempimie no ene aduonu no eno de na wosoro pa anti no de se dabafo etie efutuo ebinom tie efutuo pa ede ye atuma ebinom so de no kurnie o ma wi ata so se mfa boge enye soan nanso ni nyina ye enom neko ene enom neba nti dabafo mesremo bibie mo no ni dikan mo so mo nwene mo nkwa ho mo nwene mo yire mo ma obusuafo ma dofo no ho wabra moti mustie na nimu no tene bibie mo no kwa kebe ya otimi ko na obana sumdie mu a no obi ani ante edema yade oyade benye etwe enyadoa mu nyina no na mabomodin ama sa kwanhia nkane yefie nimu no entimi yansi moyade afi National Road Safety Authority and sisi omafa emrante ni maba bebre yesi ama odin road safety advocate omutu omugum ene ewuko radio station we na woso mentia mabrante baako Pastor Crab ana Robin Ajiti obonu me mama chia no peni we bia be bia no na wote kwanse kusekuse dwumedi road safety dwume na wotie na mzo ya de yamiase papa sisi amrante ni maban bebre ebom modern edisegment eni na na yentitia na se road safety authority for pen for edi atitiwo omayade yadomase nyame enka ho afi in some trafo radio stations television stations ahudu nyinara obi na si do mo hwem so mo hu se ni eduro no ese omushia Happy FM enti omushia na omushia ni yeso omo mo fidie ni nyina to ho ema sa road safety advocate ituma ho do bebre o mo fidie na ni nyina no etimi buai papa etimi buai omayade radio station for nyina mayade TV stations nyina mayade ya me enkoso kam nyina mo okam nyina mo mayade papa a principal ebo mo de papa say agui enframe mfutro nyina no na omuginam no mu ginam omo yade police MTTD mu bo modern na nkanka police sahin IGP Dr. Dampare hey mo fa si bema say na pa de bema o gina hokra na o da kakra bi no wa bi o ye duma oguso ye na atubu kakra na den na so o ye obo ye o famu de but na me o fa si du IGP but no we do ha oh wa brantia ede yamenka ho yamenka ho wona o penifo a so mo bua wo nyina o mo nyina so yame enka mo so ho usafo ye nyina na ye ni timi bua e enti betimi aboa biara tani akwanhia ne sane no betimi amprase de mai yesi ntimi ntu ase kura na mo se di betimi na ama no amprase de eni yebetimi ese de sade a ene na midi jane se usafo ade ache bia yesi afoforo mo ebe from there radio stations TV stations so for best also be yom from there and yaka yen se ni biti kasapai ye de to anamo ene nam lord kwaso ye twa lord kwemu e mamum ye nwure fie ho da sabri e boy e temu udam lord kwa twa lord kwemu daba ni bi hu no na akachi enti wo ena ese oso siesie ho se wonkotwa lord kwemu wonnante lord kwa ho na onkofo haw emfemba mo ye nyina mo aboa ho na bigise bitimi aboa he bitimi akoye odonfa janke ho afie empim aduonu ene aduonu mienu mu a yewure odonfa janhye no wonu nyam oma na bofo pan prapra yakwa asoma yen ye ne enam so ko ba nyina ra no ye kwa ode ye beko ye ba ode abasu bi mu ye be hinti di o ha busu akwanhye sane atete e prem kuase ene osefo chihye mu die ejanen na ompringo mai ejanen ke ho ene de ene afie mu nyina.
It's been a paper do I say for your road safety tidbits at the Abre or Jumedian Society media better so now the headlines of the newspapers now Abre at the 4. And it's 10 minutes to the top of the hour 6. Happy morning, show no Asugusu Awuti, Mwakwaba, Eba, Jumedian, so Emre, as I say, Yadi, the Bokrata, and the TV Semno, Ebre, or Mamfo, Safena, do feeling that to Hanmis here. Ebesero Seminia, for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, to share ETV Ghana, and I say happy 989 FM. Umusa pages we say me patcho no like it no follow no share link no at the amay say Facebook or na be share and also be share e dia WhatsApp, Twitter, Telegram and all other platforms. Any beje na yensusu no ye di aseda e dia ma say dwumedi na ebenyini na kese na omanfo nso atede dan nyina no ye e wo hanum say aye wani sonti no wo de afidi ne to hanum say unless all boy need to promote show no our in various social media handles no anti yebemu akwaba na meka se Fati Shaibu Ali elmenche sanso na Sifa Dankwa Samuel enso elmenche yedi jumedi ne ebremo Fati morning.
Good morning Sammy
bibia de din
nyame adom ka che mo sa akonya na onye ne yi on hihye ne se ne wo so hihye
for a reason.
Not exactly. I have OCD.
Obsessive compulsive
disorder. No. Amos, I entreat you to let it be where it is. Because you can't be here and be picturing darkness in a certain corner for your own gain. Whilst some of us will still be here and the light will be on us. It will happen.
Typical crab mentality. Even if you matter crachia.
Ebe ko go de go kona. No be model ya na.
There be matter na chia.
Sa.
So unze ayin way. The other part.
Okay.
Microphone way the other part and there the answer no be. Unze me crime to equal no microphone here there say to.
Come Sifa. Oh yeah.
Ko Josepha.
Kebe mo so ye kwame. Kebe mo. Ami kebe mo. But me fa ni sa. Oh yeah de.
Nyame adom.
What dey?
Iye ni dey won say do.
This week they won't me here say the last week on here ko no.
No,
this week there I was say as producer Oma who say we can only and nam. I send a last week when you're born buga there. And yet, it's Mr. This week, man, yet.
Oh, this is the way.
Okay, so it's all crowd maker.
I am a dog, come dog. So do they
Master, also. Or do Kenya and our bets and our baby contact. Oh, my headlines in Umbra.
I don't cry on him, there was him Pierre. And no sack and he appear. I said,
and then paid for, not paid to.
Thank you.
That's it. So, if I am going to pay.
Yes, just for free a year, Ghanaian Times near my a year TF1 after 4 Aquaban Farmer Happy Morning shows when I pay. Ghanaian Times, the Bokrat and the edition, the Bokrat and the Tiffin 7 as the government suspends benchmark reversal. President recommends wider consultation. ECOWAS tightens sanctions against Mali. Stars Morocco in KG clash as president urges team to win cup. The story comes with the captain of the Black Stars, Andre Dede Ayew. 3 back governments plan to enforce COVID-19 mandatory vaccination. Ghana National Fire Service personnel under investigation over stolen 30,000 Ghana cedis. Yemungra eye double crata no menano pay. Some of the stories are ufa bitimi ehwa kenkan ebinie. Former Greater Accra Minister Ishmael Ashite dies. So on the 18th of December. I think he was the first person that we interviewed when we went to Kumasi. And
18th of December
2021.
Oh, okay.
On Nipa Edi.
For chairmanship.
Yes. Yeah. And some brilliant ideas as a banker will be deep out in anymore at least. We'll be able to implement. Some of that stories. Bandits kill 200 in Zamfara State. NCA MNO moved to ease SIM card registration. Suspected pirates detained on warship freed. 56 died, dozens injured in northern Ethiopia airstrike. Jomoro MCE calls for collaboration to maintain peace, security at border. Victims trapped in vehicle following deadly blizzard in Pakistan. UTAG declares indefinite strike. Beyond e-levy and public expenditure, there is a feature here, a year, the Ghanaian Times, the Bokrata, and Menano Pay, a year, Ura, Samuel Okuja to a black one, and or Kruchi, Sansemi, Edigu, a year, Kratas, when they, the Ghanaian Times, the Bokrata, no Afa, one more a day at Tuja. NDC lauds President's directive on benchmark value, 3 back, MC Medical Abo, and also the SEC cautions investors on get-rich-quick schemes. Karachi East MC denies receiving double salary. Ghanaians urged to protect human rights. When some of the stories are offered a Ghanaian Times, the
new crusading guide. Unite to fix problems around Songo Lagoon. Agohom to Ada traditional leaders. ECOWAS upholds initial sanctions on Mali, all ambassadors withdrawn, air and land borders closed, and commercial and financial transactions suspended. Nashika Macaulay wins Best Female Tennis Player of the Year award. I'm shocked, Veep says as he commensurates with late Ashite's family. Eno Ewohonum Saso and Biden officials weighing Russia sanctions options after warnings about economic fallout. Pakistan snow 100 rescued from vehicles in deadly blizzard. Eno Ewohonum COVID-19 thousands protest in France against new proposed vaccine pass. And also Ewohonum Nigeria motorbike gang attack death toll rises to 200. A story Ewohonum GRA officers resolved to protect their land. Mamitiwa is Iyoko's new boss. Founder of Quickening Baptist Church International fed 400 widows on Xmas Eve. Asare Jachise extends New Year greetings to Gadangme Ghanaians. Tamale interchange to be completed in February. Akufo-Addo direct GRA to suspend reversal of discount on benchmark values for broader consultation. And no, so na talk we for the right. Our monetary policy needs urgent review. We stories are the new crusading guide. Ediaba.
It's also on the Daily Graphic and it was Mr. Ken Asibe in Funi at the 20 where Chief Executive Emma the Ghana Telecommunications Chamber was a SIM card registration, telcos beef up logistics and no Honma or man for a bit to me Eddie Womani DH no Monswakin can be Black Stars ready for AFCON. Womo extra Black Stars picture womo to hona and no social media womo de Black Stars at the time and now womo former coach Kosiapia edi omanim na omo pose bi na amanfo di ho fel our social media. GFL Guta welcome suspension of benchmark value reversal and no hono mamitiwa new Yoko boss a story amanfo ebetimi akenkan ebi anopa we say Nigeria motorbike gang attack death toll rises to 200 and a Sudan protest group rejects talks with military. Ethiopia airstrike in Tigray kills 56 people. And also Honoma Omanfo Ebitmiakin can be the 1992 Constitution structural foundation of our democracy. And also Honom. Kazakhstan unrest claims 164 lives. Prospects dim as US Russia prepare to meet over Ukraine. And no air stories are what people know emu ebie. Agony of motorists at Kaswa Tobus. One of the picture no at na the traffic situation Kaswa even after the suspension of a Tobus collection no or more at the buy GUMPPP Urban Management Program develops projects in 4 cities in Ghana and funding childhood cancers and NHIS commendable and also so our Kratano emu. Other stories and so it be any Ghana on Security Council, some views being sought. Know your rights, defend them, Shraj tells Ghanaians. Medina MP rewards teachers and also so Honum and let's harness investment potential. Bono Minister and Kasasem. And sometimes I find it very interesting that people will tell me it's a member constituency, MP Honum only 1 year. And Yemen more time. There's an MP. He's a first timer. He's already started innovative programs where you already watch cars.
Yeah.
And yet, one catches say English among full member of parliament. Slightete.
So nipa.
Me and you nipa.
I don't know checkers.
I don't know checkers to boost the morale of the teachers in the area. Yes. Will be first timer. 1 year.
Is it sustainable?
Well, as for the sustainability, all that matters is, the blind man said, what I say on Bonio, say Yesu Christo you. All I know is I can see.
But do not forget that this is outside of the parliamentary.
Yes,
duties.
but he's taking the initiative.
Okay.
He's doing something. Maybe he didn't purchase these cars by himself. Maybe he lobbied. Maybe through some arrangements, he's been able to get these cars for these teachers. You never know. But he is taking the step. But what's Mr. Sylvester Tete doing at English Amanfo? And what even killed me, he said, bro, never know the banner, so wishing you Merry Christmas. How can you wish me Merry Christmas when my situation there is deplorable?
One is wish you Merry Christmas.
Why? What's the need? If you can't help me, why wish me Merry Christmas?
And now I'm going home MC.
I mean, moving on.
Exactly. I find it quite uncomfortable.
No. That you see, that is where I'm saying that somebody is not the MC. But he's taking steps. Somebody is not a DC. And there are several other people. Look, I can mention Samuel Kujata Blakwa and some others. They are doing stuff in their communities. This guy is a first timer. He's even being chased by the police. He still has time to reason and do good things in his community.
Like that is also a first timer.
I mean, Yemko. ECOWAS imposes more sanctions on Mali. Oh, my dear. We have had first time MP. So, at least you're quite dear. You're quite dear. Oma be patches is here. And now, that traffic building was stretching. So, all because of what? Because why? UTAG withdraws services today. 18 basic schools clash in Britain battle quiz. GES re-entry policy. Stakeholders want collective support. We stories are and the pay share a daily graphic more. Also, obetimi akenkan ebie.
Yamfa the Chronicle double cratano and twaswa na ye shasi yamfa shasi yamfa free nyamesemu a aya dabia Chronicle double cratano wade ban wase Hosea etredu nyimu emienu no. Their heart is faithless. Now they must bear their guilt. Eno no twi no nyankopon do mo chena na ma kire mu twi. Ai na double cratano ni animu sem ne binie. Military arrest 6 Western Togoland gangsters for attempting to buy arms from defense intelligence officer posing as Togbu from Togo to attack BOG at Hohoi. And no banner headline that the Chronicle double cracked and any manano pay. Police chase fire service over missing 30K at accident scene. And also Otumfo opens media capacity enhancement program in Kumasi today. ECOWAS to expel Mali ambassadors cancel flights as well. And no oswa ECOWAS ediato Mali so. Ubo Chronicle double crater no anopaya. Law lecturer recommends police presence in parliament during next debate. And also Baumia visits late Ashite's family. Tachima Manhene calls on Esikado Manhene as he retires from GCB soon. And also other stories near students urged to make free SHS policy relevant. Appeared prayer camp donates to Kuntunase destitute home. Global active Christian NGOs donate rice to widows. UTAG embarks on strike today as varsities reopen. SNIT and NIA numbers merger extended. And also a story the Chronicle double crater no more far bit me. 200 guards ready to protect river bodies this year. A year Ura Mrikuduka and this assassin we air to Western Regional House of Chiefs settled disputed election case out of court. Akachi MC advises chiefs to settle land disputes out of court. Other stories being West African leaders to discuss Mali crisis after coup d'etat. Anti-vaccine protesters rally in France, Germany, Austria, and Italy. When stories are offer a year, the Chronicle double cratano and on pay 10th of January 2022 in the year of our Lord.
The Inquisitor, outside gentility, majority sweating over e-levy approval, doom CSCA and best power supply for the Yuletide. Editorial so I hope Panimo essay Musa Superior's useless, reckless grumpiness. Napo on wear your nose mask agenda. National Rights Coordinating Committee inaugurated. And no honum Saso and Ishmael Ashite's death a big blow to NPP. John Bwedu and Eka. Economic Fighters League reiterate call for new constitution. Human security remains a major challenge. Security analyst Bina Eka. It's un-Ghanaian for security personnel to set an illegal miner on fire. Western Regional Minister Enna Eka. So Enna labor agitations. Government business, not your personal property. Game tells politicians. COP Tiwadu Dankwa appointed Iyoko boss. EduWatch pushes for prosecution of teachers who help students to cheat in exams. And no honum. Let's eliminate stigmatization against people living with HIV. Dr. Isiadu Naeka Saso and we are not against religious practices such as prophecies. Please reiterate. It's about time the church adds value to its members. Dr. Michael Bwedu Nyamiche Ena Eka Bwedi Nyamiche. Growing teenage pregnancies in Eastern region blamed on poverty. Couple who allegedly beat their daughter to death for bedwetting to reappear in court on January 13. Last no story no one So and vehicle importers urge government to prioritize scrapping nuisance taxes affecting them. MTN Market Power to blame for increase in its data cost. CUT International. Ena Eka. Striking cocoa carriers reject proposed 82 pesos per bag wage. When you know a story, sir, a war the Inquisitor mu anope.
Ofia the Daily Statesman in my stories are on any 5 people. Utah commences nationwide strike and no Honum. Utum to launch media capacity enhancement program today. And no Elhon Maman for which can be 5 police officers interdicted over alleged extortion. And ECOWAS imposes more sanctions on Mali after failure to return to constitutional rule. In fact, the final paper and Twaso Ofia the final newspaper was Ishmael Ashite served faithfully. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and Kasa road crashes killed 2,924 in 2021, 12.9% increase over 2020. Our Modest Superintendent Dr. Samuel Sasumensa, MTTD4 Bomb Director, Omdin Phoning, Adiato Honum. UTAC begins strike today and claims Akufo-Addo's relatives flew presidential jet to UK false. That's according to the Ghana Armed Forces. COPTY Adodankwa appointed Iyoko boss and a president direct suspension of benchmark value reversal. We any stories are the find that newspaper at the Abriano Paya or man for able to me I can kind be Fatty.
In fact, the Republic Press and Twaso. Western Volta region hunter shot dead after being mistaken for bushmeat at Pevi. Former Greater Accra Minister Ishmael Ashite dead. Man 20 arrested for murder of boy 12 at Awatetoji near Amfuega. Government makes U-turn as Akufo-Addo blocks reversal of benchmark values. Utah greets 2022 with strike action. COPTY Adodankwa is Iyoko boss and no Ewo Honum. So and our MPs must think Ghana first and no editorial Ewo paper no. So na Ubenya stories be to say how KFC in Kenya got fried over 8 chip shortage. Special church service at Jubilee House to seek divine guidance for President Akufo-Addo. We have the power to shape our own future. Kantanka to Ghanaians. We've reduced democracy to elections. National Interest Movement Executive Director B. Ena Eka. 2 cocoa smugglers arrested. Man 20 arrested for murder of boy 12. No Makadada. Saso Ena pleased to review footages from 31st Night Prophecies. Prempeh College presents 2021 National Science and Maths Quiz Trophy to President Akufo-Addo. So, and I have not been officially served. Ibrahim Kalim on suspension from MPP's communications team. All Ghanaians should support e-levy. It will benefit us all, wrote Minister Naeka. Karachi East MCE denies double salary allegation. And also a story Anna finally MP Bill's constituency office in Tumu. We a story sir the Republic Press Ediaba.
Yentwa so na yenko yen website www.happyghana.com yen for stories I want to be embe oman for Ishmael Ashite, former Greater Accra Regional Minister, dies and no ewonom. Report staff charging money for Ghana card NIA to Ghanaians. Constitution Day, the most important holiday in Ghana, that's according to a lawyer. And SIM re-registration, digitize entire process or lose revenue. Telcos advised. President Akufo-Addo trying to redeem himself with 10K housing units promise. That's according to NDC's Akwoku. And class control cause of anesthetic strike. Nina stories are on a page. You with me at the free website at the Abraham Manfo.
Yantwaso Nenko City Newsroom.com and no pay. Stories Alco City Newsroom obey me Enyabia Akenkanye. We haven't been paid legacy arrears. Aggrieved teachers. Akufo-Addo urges Black Stars to end AFCON drought. Sami Jamfi Lord suspension of reversal of benchmark value discounts. Mali junta makes new request for 4-year transition period. Notorious robber arrested by police in Sandema. Other stories near Ghana host ECOWAS summit to discuss Mali political crisis. Edward pushes for prosecution of teachers who help students cheat in exams. Ghana Senior Correctional Center gets barbering shop from silver haircut. Ishmael Ashite's death a big blow to the New Patriotic Party. John Boadu and Odysseus Atuja. Beautiful Christmas trees at airport cost 34,000 Ghana cedis and not 84,000 Ghana cedis. Paul Adom Ochery. Support e-levy to help develop roads sector. Amwakon attack to Ghanaians. Peve, man arrested for shooting colleague during hunting expedition. Academic talent development program launched in Accra. Secondary Takrady Progressive Club renovates secondary prisons. Esikad Hospital. Ghana Library Authority declares 2022 as the year of books. Importers, exporters want government to bring back discounts on benchmark values. Public sector workers to receive 2022 fair salary on January 21st, 2022. Yeah.
So it's only going to, it's going to be the same as Uji December salary around the time no Muji and so it's going rather no. But the best say
the only difference they say
you don't have
this time around
expenses.
Exactly.
Okay.
But they be now the there's audition.
Well. Google News. Gender dynamics in Ghana's oil palm processing sector. No a story wahanuma obetimi apebi akai. Ghana Beyond Aid, a collective call to action. Wahanum. Hunting expedition turns tragic as hunter shoots colleague. The big takeaways from Ghana's press conference and also ahead of match. Wahanum. Saso ena Muramura residents appeal to government for support. We stories are oko Google News are ubenya bi akai.
Yet also on the international news and Ebroman for CNN and Yede Shase Djokovic's Australian visa hearing is underway. Our more at the picture that almost the hearing will determine whether the men's world tennis #1 can remain in Australia and compete in the Australian Open. Rafael Nadal delighted with special title win on return from injury. See the Park Hotel where Djokovic was retained alongside refugees and no Honum. Fire in New York apartment building leaves 19 dead, including 9 children. Resident describes thick smoke in building and no Honum. Kazakhstan death toll spikes as 164 reported killed and thousands detained and no Honum. And Aung San Suu Kyi sentenced to 4 years in prison. Pope is wrong. Choosing to have few or no children is the opposite of selfish. And no Honoma for Ebitmi Akinkai be Biden confronts challenges to democracy at home and abroad this week. When stories are on CNN.com at the Abre.
Yantwa Sonienko BBC.com and on the top stories are called Ebitmi Akinkai. Djokovic fights deportation in Australia court. Other stories near judge raises concerns over Djokovic's treatment. New York apartment block fire kills 19. U.S. actor and comedian Bob Saget dies aged 65. Anger and confusion follow Delhi Kazakhs protest. Huge fossilized sea dragon found in UK reservoir. Celebrations revealed for Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Survivor tells of Pakistan's snowstorm horror. India begins booster shots amid COVID-19 case surge. 10 die after Brazilian cliff collapses into boats. Baby lost in Kabul chaos is reunited with family. Famed Italian clips streaked red by vandals. Aussie UK couple marry after 20 months apart. Cameroon beats Burkina Faso in AFCON opener. When the stories, I'll go BBC.com and pay.
Reuters News. West African nations sever links with Mali over election delay. Ethiopia's rebellious Tigray party accuses Eritrea of attacking its forces. West African bloc imposes economic sanctions on Mali over election delay. Saso and about 200 dead in attacks in northwest Nigeria. We air stories are Reuters are Ubenya Akai.
Yentwa so niemfa weather update kakra embre omamfo anapay from the Ghana Meteorological Agency for honum anapay o share areas be etese Aflao, Accra, Kaswa, Cape Coast, Takrade, Axim, Ho, Koforidua, Kemodam, Kumasi, Obuasi, Takwa, Seshi, Bekwaya. All these areas would experience a misty morning. Lowest temperature for these areas would be around 22 degrees Celsius. Area, it will be slightly hazy with temperature around 33 degrees Celsius, and in few clouds would gather with temperature around 29 degrees Celsius. So here, the northern belt, Yendi, Tamale, Bole, Damango, Bogatanga, Naleugu, Enewa. It will be dry and slightly hazy for these areas, with lowest temperature being 14 degrees Celsius. Area, it will be dry and hazy, but temperature would rise to somewhere around 36 degrees Celsius. And it would be dry and hazy still, and temperature would be around 30 degrees Celsius. Into way, any weather updates kakra betim dia broma for Ghana Health Service updates no.
COVID-19 update. Active cases are 13,007. Confirmed cases 150,874. New cases are 749. Deaths are 1,325. Recoveries and discharge are 138,542. Worldwide figures, total cases are recorded 307 million plus 2.02 million. Deaths 5.49 million plus 4,978. After COVID-19, Mediterranean, Babet Waso. Na their year channel, AFCON, Africa Cup of Nations 2021. Adia air trendy, papa. Na matches be akoso. 24 African nations are participating in the continent's biggest football tournament. Almost shall say January 9. Endra. February 6th in 5 cities across Cameroon. Throughout the month-long competition, now in its 33rd edition, several highly anticipated matchups will take place in stadiums across Yaoundé, Limbe, Douala, and others. Keep it here for all the latest. Keep it here, no. Me pesa me chiro say keep it ewo ETV Happy FM. Mwanga samunim dada. Endra yechire mu bibi kakra.
That's all.
Yechire mu bibi kakra. Mu senya so Happy Sports team no nyina. Chese omoda omonna. Omoda omonna. Chese asa akoma TSC omo so chese abia mo mu bi chese mi hu se omo nanti ase chese and chese mi nim so omo ka so omo no mo organize so se den yo information na omo organize AFCON no kro mu ni no na Happy Sports team any ETV omo nim na omo de aba betuja okoye social media ya to apete ho omo predictions bi omaye obi to akwa ne magician cap crash opeso work na se Ghana win you se den you
so we support Ghana
me dem support se Ghana be win but nyomaniama no moye ye no mukuta bodu ya ne nyomaniama no ene na ni hwe he opeso hu de ekoso ewo AFCON ye omu eboya ene trend ewo social media obi aka ho asema also do we feed into ETV any Happy FM omo ede some predictions be aba omo de omo top teams so aba sa aso no omo hwe omo a country ebetumi ewini cap no na ebimo so believe it say me amete hey say Ghana ebetumi asan age cap no after so many years. I think it's almost 40 years or so. Na ebetumi age cap no aba nti no trendy a obetumi akwa bi sa aso na team Ghana trendy. Yeah, you supporting team Ghana no. Yes, yeah, can you dear social media and match ni be echo so I do commentary ebremu kama wa ha sign the analysis be ekeka ho teams no more bono kra no omo ye teams we countries no o person who players no o person who send your modern but here o person who player no apart from the country oboma no team bɛn na ɔbɔ ɛwɔ amano ne ne adeɛ ne nyinaa aha ɛna yɛde ɛbɛbrɛw nti no ma enyi we fidie ne mfi akra so wani edge sport ho ankasa nti ne nyinaa air trend saa so ɛna strike action a ɛkɔ so no ɛno so ɛyɛ trend a etu yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde ɛbrɛw same
Kind
strike no I kind statement no emma
but even on the AFCON no ehonso na na no I must say kudos to the team for good job done wabra. You know, the kind of analysis and more pre-match discussions and more the details of the information there are a lot of things that I was listening to that I didn't have any idea about, and so kudos to them. Very impressive performance and random. But match day 2 no dear na yenka omanfo se Senegal and Mozambique wo match no at exactly 1 p.m. yeah the discussions no ebebre omanfo, and so yenuanoma wo makoma eda epaho adaben ho no it will be interrupted for an hour and then the AFCON your football movement, so we all must understand that even if a match was happening this morning at 6 a.m. would have been giving you
match be 5:30.
And I use money after you know, and there will be the Guinea Malawi matches so at 4 p.m. Ghana so Super Yeni Morocco Ibebo and Sansuna Comoros and Gabon so Bebo and until all these matches the 30 minutes of a pre-match discussions Bebo and Sana commentary Nina Ashas and Yen Shannon so and our happy 98.9 from all these discussions na ebeko esu enti enyinanum yen hye so na yen boaboa ye for the conversation. But quickly na fati ebisa me semfa UTAG for strike no more kono one statement and ba enrich no yen fa bro manfo was say we refer to our communique dated 11th November 2021 and 24th December 2021 with reference numbers blah 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 respectively. At its emergency meetings held on Tuesday and Friday 4th and 7th January 2022 respectively, the National Executive Committee of UTAG discussed the worsening conditions of service of the university teacher and the failure of the employer in addressing the plight of UTAG members within the agreed timelines. It may be recalled that the interim market premium, which was instituted following the implementation of the single spy pay policy, got frozen per a government white paper in 2013 for the purpose of the conduct of an LMS to determine MP payable to workers deserving of it. To date, this determination has not been made, which has resulted in the erosion of the university teacher's salary. There was the hope that by completing and implementing the labor market survey report of 2019, a review of the IMP would have put the university teacher on a relatively good salary stead. Regrettably, the recommendations of the 2019 LMS report without accompanying technical report on the implementable MP is meaningless to UTAG as it does not address the pertinent issues of improved conditions of service. Interestingly, however, there was a LMS in 2014 whose report did not see the light of day, and one wonders if the 2019 LMS report would ever be implemented since it is already 2 years old. In addition, recommendation 11 from the 2019 LMS report states that Public Services Commission should liaise with educational institutions to prioritize the offering of courses in areas of demand to increase the employment prospects of their graduates and increase the pool of applicants but for high vacancy. How can such a national agenda be attained if the service conditions or conditions of service of the university teacher keeps worsening year on, leading to an ever increasing attrition rate on our campuses? We must also point out the fact that generally our members have decried the pittance agreed to be paid as annual research allowance and would want to have government to reconsider the payment of a more realistic research allowance, as this is critical to our research output, promotion, and ultimately national development. For the reasons stated above, the NEC of UTAG at its meeting held on the 7th of January 2022 reiterated its resolve to follow through with the decision to withdraw teaching and related activities and to further notice with effect from Monday 10th of January 2022 and call on all UTAG members across the 15 branches to observe the directive. As a matter of urgency, we also call on the employer to restore members to the 2013 IMP of 114% of basic salary in the interim, whilst government goes ahead to formulate guidelines to implement the appropriate recommendations to address the conditions of service of the university teacher, and to weigh signed by virtually all the presidents of UTAG across the 15 branches. Now, Yekam Hasano. And Sifa, una book mu nipa.
Me trying to na me see read the statements and I mean we are trying to na. Ain't no. Ain't no. Amo eba be strike na say ene. Amanfo kasa efa ho say strike action no send e ko ene bi mo say we dey new year present UTAG for e dey ama aban enti no aban enso mu sa na onfanya de obeye sa so na student bi mo so ebobo say enti no ebekwa akosi sen ni eno so eye nsem bi a ekoso ewo social media na since asame eponkopentem a dissect akeka na adwen afa UTAG strike ne ho no aha na me dey trend no ebesi se ne ebeya obetimi aye de ope
me nye madwen kwa bo se me kan strike no ho asem.
Se me na me trend and am see read the idea na read the idea na me
se me kan
afede waje am oba be hu interview
if you are in say babuku mu nsensem a sifa
David
na me dey manage mo railway system obi ani me dey enti me mo so be ka say UTAG asem me be say me kan
manage we are great minister ni ni dey nsensem
sifa UTAG we are here.
Well, one thing is clear. Say, UTAG over the years. Womo aye crowd say enkomodie. Ni papa mua enkombe ye juma. Ni papa mua enkombe tenase eni aban edin sawoso edin kita ho. Na asem no ne gina si bre no womatumi edi asi. Aya katu asem juma omu die no. Ejuma omu die no. Insunsanso ne se obedi juma na wie no ne bosome no. Ebetua osika bi. Sika no ebra no e wo se sika ne etimi emamu kosoro. Eno na wo ko Facebook sisi I follow a lot of lecturers on University of Ghana campus. Omo na minimum omo minimum. Omo virtually I got to know them. And some more kanyina ne se wo hwa e ka wo nko a na enye o ma adwene se enkomodi omo eniema begu ho se omo tie atua na se de aye no ase aban asema wote ase pa ne se ye tie atua na ebra no se de okan from 2013 up until 2022 de enka aban no wo pepa and menka se aban we nko a aban na o mabaso no nyina no nka yo pepa se ye nyina yakọ akọtena se ne anu akọ bankromo ne agi atum akuruchi egu nkrata aso se sika se en wo se de mammo ebra no enka wo se sabre die enka ban no tumi tu ho anamon bon ho moden enfa ho no ba bi obenya sika no ye nyina ye nim se adesua anase education no is critical to economic development and at least se aban no ya aban a wa ye krado se enkoso ne mpuntuo ba amanfo asetena mu a enka sabre nko atimi atu ho anamon wo se hyase na ada no ye ne owura Austin Gama edi nkomo no na wo ka se na won tiase se University of Ghana UTAG branch no na wo mo agina mu se ombeti atua
eno ne ye Mr. Samoa Liba
ha ena na wo ka se won tiase sa ne se enye University of Ghana branch ne nko a ene universities ye wo oman mu nyina ena omode omonade anase wo mo twuredua edi agu form se nya ade a mo betimi akira de biem yen hwe sunsun sanso no sunsun sanso ne se obeka ya ebre bi ba ya ema UTAG eko eye strike and also mutie twan be boso me ba ko a esesa academic calendar no enyina enti nanka ni papa mu a enka wo ya ban na wote so na hu sa de no a enka betimi oto ho na ma wa obra wo mu ebo wonkaye se wan tu na mo we ni ya se ne besie ene ya hwa ama o masan ko bio de ebanie emofra foforo no wo mu ko school mu no kayo se nya de a o kirekire ni bia kwa akojino manim akwa kiro made enti emfa ne se almost indefinite na kire se ni mu animu ya wo ma anya mu aye papa bia emfa mfiri aban ho a na kire se strike no kwa na be koso aponto se aban betimi atu anamo na nea wo mo hwehwe eya katua ntumu no wo mo nsa ebetumi aka enti adesrade na ye de to aban anim enkanka na education ministry se wo betumi atu anamo animu ya ni finance ministry wo betumi atu anamo animu ya se de be ya emofra na ye de wo makwa akogu sukuu mu efri be na wotwe twam a besisa bre emofra ye de wo mokọ na wo nyina no wo nkonko ba asesa wo sukuu mu ofise kai se maamefo ne papafo woma wurarom kotoku mu nim se de December ne eye January tie woma wurarom kotoku no mdiska na mamofra ne so mfa nko school na ye de mofra na kwa akotena school no mu ntimi enya hwia na ne ye de omkọ ekokọ ye dai aban ni posture no sa banka obetimi asesa ni posture na enke betimi abo asase boy
Pati all right well me de befa eye at the time I'm call womo strike na womo suspended our strike no they took deliberate steps to let Ghanaians know say the strike has not been called off but it's been suspended and there was a reason they were emphatic to bring that explanation to the fore say strike nyesi etwemu no we are two honum pending negotiations that will go on between Yene and Aban. At the time, woman de krata bi ba bonten ano mo kase following the deliberations parties na omukoshiano womo agree on the following that both parties, government and UTAG, agree that there is the need to get back to the negotiating table from the week beginning Monday, August 23rd, 2021. That a roadmap for negotiation as agreed at previous consultative meetings between the parties, which imposes a 1-month mandatory period beginning 23rd of August 2021 for the negotiations, shall be signed by both parties. Whilst the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations, in conjunction with NLC, is taking steps to discontinue all legal processes against UTAG, UTAG will also take steps to suspend the ongoing strike action. That government acknowledges the need to improve the working conditions of university teachers and shall treat this with all the seriousness that it deserves. So I ask the question. Say UTAG is suspended one more strike, you know. And one of the fundamental issues was for negotiations to happen now. What has happened to that first element of the negotiation? Because it's only when negotiations fail and I would have a return to the striker and not a pay.
Maybe it doesn't happen.
Maybe. And so we would want to find out, say, what happened between the period that UTAG called off or suspended their strike. Any I'd rather catch say UTAG for echo strike. At the end of the sea, so during the period of Moko striking, some of the concerns they raised is exactly what Sifa said, is the posturing and body language of government when they met UTAG. And UTAG is a body which has doctors and professors and co. Who taught most of these people who may be in government today? And so, no one uti omo kase mo say I say aban emfa ni die ni obuo emfa mo so mo koshia. One of them, Professor Jampo, had cause to raise concerns about even the finance minister. The posturing when omo koshia mo couldn't come out and go say sikan me kofa wo hefa. And he was like, that's not how you negotiate. Have a conversation, like Mr. Austin Gami said, and then talk to the people. After all, they are humans. Akosi saying, in commodity and also mukodidi no. Akosi saying ne UTAG for Ababa Komokase, they are resuming the strike. No. I am hoping, say, it wasn't the usual scenario. No more complaining. Say, yeah, the small boys, neighbors during those negotiations. You know. I am hoping, sir, the National Labour Commission was keenly interested and was following to ensure, sir, the parties were fulfilling their individual conditions now also a meeting. So that, and yes, sir, and accusations, any counter accusations, that conversation would be diluted again. In all this, Sukufuomu, no meaning say, ye be a school, no mako shiade. If the academic calendar is thrown off gear, what happens to the students? They are the center of it. And so was school. Now you can say, oh, and the teachers call strike. How it affects you? Parents are your more plans. We want to turn you at the man Cordano, so Monco Tono friends, and then almost free Ebia or mobile Legona. If you north neighbor of Eastern region Cape Coast, Nabian Atamana, and the transportation man on the Fambra campus, and on the hostel. Within that period, now strike no offering your crown already. Well, water or spend it. Parents would then have other responsibilities and burdens. Well, Yanko Homano so na yene Julius Kwame Anthony ending komo na yen bisane say the situation ya bedru sampempens we no our students body womo ehun ni say sense say womo energy mfimfia say osunutu a na asase na enya no how they feel about UTAC and what they know about the negotiations which were supposed to have gone on. Julius is the General Secretary of NUCS. Julius, good morning.
Good morning.
And I'm saying, yo, Julius, UTAC for strike here and as students, how do you feel about it?
Well, for us, we have taken a decision to support UTAC on this particular strike, looking at the issues that have happened over the years, and particularly last year, which was in August, and then November, where we called on UTAC to withdraw the strike so that we could complete the academic calendar, which was obstructed by the COVID-19. And in all these circumstances, the leadership of UTAC has demonstrated good faith in its negotiation with government and in their consideration of the plight of students. So we have come to a point where we have no choice but to look at their considerations as well. And from all indications, it's almost as though the government does not want to pay any attention to the demands they are making. Here are the realities of the issue. As far back as 2013, when the single spine salary structure was introduced, there is a market premium component of the salaries that are due to the lecturer. And government decided to withdraw that pending a market survey to determine whether or not they should even increase that premium or reduce it. And when they withdrew that market premium from 2013 up until now, they've not re-implemented it. So there was a limited market survey in 2014 with recommendations which the government never implemented. And now, out of 2021, they were saying that they were still doing another survey, which they backdated to 2019. And still, they have not implemented that. So from all indications, it's almost as though they do not want, comply with any of the demands the lecturers are making. Because if you look at it in actual reality, they are not even asking for increments. They are asking that, since you said you are doing a market survey, which you are not in, let's go back to the 2013 modality, condition of service that were giving us. Let's go back to those while doing your market survey and all, and the government is not complying. So we feel that at this point, the lecturers should also get their mindset, especially given the fact that we just resumed school and it's not as though like there's been so much academic commitment. Within these periods, what goes on is registration of students and all those things. It's a good time for us, looking at the considerations. We wouldn't want the academic calendar to even get into the middle before and stuff. So we are backing UTAC fully on this issue, and we are calling on the government to do the needful and satisfy their demands.
Now, by proxy, mobile information, Achemi Ameti Hanum say no. Say, okay, say, I as a government dragging the feet. Is it that, say, meetings was one more any UTAG for Asia one more anchor and I said one more qua there is nothing meaningful that's coming out of these meetings.
Yes, there's nothing meaningful. This is what the government does. The government will tell you that, okay, let's hold a meeting. You hold a meeting, they'll tell you that, okay, we are going to make a survey. They do the survey and they send the survey to you, and they will then go through it and make your suggestions. And they try to give you the time you are supposed to even make your input. So, for example, the government comes out with a survey and tells you that they want you to respond in 1 month. And while in that 1 month, when you get a response, then they now say that, okay, they are considering the response of UTAG. And the consideration of response could drop for another 1 month. So it's a whole delay tactics which the government has adopted the whole period of these negotiations, which is becoming very distasteful. And we no longer stay in the middle. We have the side of UTAG on this matter.
Being in support of UTAG would mean that this is going to be a prolonged situation because if say there would be a bit of a pressure on UTAG for considering say Munye in support of them, and so one more considerations now. As much as you are the affected folks the most, no one more but some more support one more than say see an assembly and yet an assembly.
Oh, I guess even if we say we don't support them, and then they go ahead with the strike, or they make reconsideration of the strike and come, let's consider teachers' attitude towards teaching, the attitude towards the job and all that. All those things go in circle to affect the students. So
hello, Julius. All right. Too bad. We lost Julius there. We'll try and re-establish contact with him. And this is where my fear is, if one more nanke decision now you taking say for 1 month 2 months we are considering because of one more how it will impact on them. No, if they have also taken a decision say they are in support of their lectures, then it means that they are much more emboldened and encouraged. Say ebe stay 3 months, ebe stay 6 months, ebe stay 7 months. The people who would have been affected, and they say, we are in support of your decision. Until then, it's go, and go. But you see, there's a danger in all this. The danger is the propensity for lectures. Yachiro omwadie professors, yachiro omwadie omoshuadie, na afedi omosi, ye kwa manone. Say emu ene yeti ena yenya akatua ene yembu yedea ene yenyina no ye kwa monene na obehe your doctors, your professors, your lecturers, whether senior, whether junior, because the junior one would know so by senior kwampa what is happening to the senior one would obviously happen to him. And then they all start applying for schools outside of Ghana. What for is attrition, attrition rate. Now at your universities. Is that what we want?
It's not about Afia and Sana and BTS. Majority of the lecturers and I said young doctors no maybe school. No?
Yeah.
Majority of them are bank class sponsor on Momo Kwaman on next someone conquer a program, no movie or no. They seem not to come back. Obabe debate 1, 2, 3 months. Then he gets another opportunity and then goes back. And then they are there serving as lecturers, serving as teaching assistants, serving as researchers in some renowned institutions.
Many doctors are more Nkumban ending Komo or President University of Ghana chapter UTAG now on fan chiche mukakra and my as to the idea of a dream paper. So I've been Doc. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
I'm hoping you're doing well.
Yeah, me I do.
Yeah, there are Doc. About the sunny Abedru Hanumsi and Opaya and Modern Mojuma Atu for me.
So I have not yourself last year, and one news more as regards our condition of service are very deplorable to the extent say a lot of our colleagues are resigning, a lot of our colleagues are getting jobs in corporate institutions rather than devoting themselves to teaching. I think I call more my way to the Fufu universities bet me for more as lecturers, the conditions in which we work, they are not willing to volunteer their services in the universities as lecturers. And so reality is 2013, and I say even earlier, implemented single span pay policy. No, introduce interim market premium. Anka is supposed to serve worker populations are scarce, unless they have critical skills. It's difficult to find. So interim market premium, no. And I say on monthly, and I say annual basis, you know, and I two basic pay more. So percentage now should affect it. In 2013, mono, almost say interim there, not just say temporary, which is supposed to be say if you are on probation, we serve a certain number of years, then you will be confirmed. In 2013, government issued white paper to freeze the increment of the interim market premium along with base pay. And they said they wanted to conduct a labor market survey. This is a study, no, and a better Nepakura or deserving market premium, Nepakura undeserving market premium, all of that. For 2013, never seen labor market survey has not been done. And because the labor market survey has not been done, and the interim market premium remain frozen, it doesn't go along with annual increases in base pay. No, the percentage of that interim market premium has depreciated to the extent that it has made the working conditions of people who earn the interim market premium very worse. And that is the situation.
All right. Fast forward to the point. Most suspending, most strike, you know. Hopeful said negotiations would go on between your union and the government. What happened between that period now? Mosha CSM will come back to the negotiation table. No, any.
The same problem. I see the key reasons for which we were going on strike and had to do with our base pay, market premium, and our non-basic salary allowance. Right. That government said that one is hinged on the labor market survey. No. By October ending, that report now ready. And I like say, and by December ending, the NHS you must have studied the report to be able to implement the recommendations of the labor market survey. And yes, Anna, the percentage of interim market premium I enjoy in 2013 put us back at that percentage level, and then you can take as long as it's possible to study and to implement the market premium. That is where we are, because December is ended. That timeline is not human. We have not had any feedback.
Let me rephrase. Say more negotiations and as a more ceremony the meetings happen, because one of the concerns you were raising earlier was that even when these meetings were called, the people who are showing up for these meetings are people who cannot take decisions. Did these meetings happen in the first place?
Many of the times we've had meetings with them, we have government stakeholders comprising Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Every time, no more. Minister of Employment and Labor Relations, Minister Neneho and a deputy sometimes. A Minister of Finance, none of the ministers and the deputies were part of the meetings, except for some reps from there who, when it comes to making financial commitment, are unable to do so. And unless in some of the instances, some of the government side will not be there at all. And so we are not able to form a quorum to have a conversation. It's been back and forth. I mean, I can't even count the number of times we have had to have meetings that ended the same way.
Now, Yamfani say meetings say finance for and I say other government institutions they play a critical role in arriving at a conclusive decision. No, one more show up until the last meeting I'm having, because you are giving hint to say you are going to go on strike at the time I'm giving hint in the last week some other strike did you get any feedback, any calls from government as to some more decisions about strike
Well, not directly to talk about that. Then I think sometime last week, it was a meeting called by Fair Wages and Salaries Commission with stakeholders. The National Statistical Service, we survey labor market survey, and they needed to make a presentation to the ministry, and then we invited UTAG National Executive said they should come and be part of that event. To present that report, is not anything that puts food on our table. Neither does it say these are the things in the report we are implementing today, and I say we are implementing tomorrow, and this is how it will benefit your members by way of improving their conditions of service.
Did you show up at this meeting?
The national executives were there.
The national executives were there.
Yes, like I said, it was just for the presentation of the report to the technical committee at the ministries.
Now, that report, per the feedback you'd have gotten from your executives who represented you, were you satisfied with the content of that report?
It is simply cosmetic to pamper us that we are important, we have critical skills, and we are in short supply. But it doesn't translate into how much that work is going to be. Until say mobile do something, you should put us back on the 2013 level effective this January.
Now, when you made that proposal, say okay, say present conditions, I go back to the 2013 one. Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, you said they were fully represented. Employment Ministry said they were fully represented, whether the minister or the deputy issue. What was their response?
They've not given us any categorical response in relation to this because timelines were given by close of December. I think, Ministry of Finance, as I said, they should be the ones to commit to that. And I say, if we were meeting, we can't be stars there. I hear from the expectation of the scanning fear. I mean, there's no negotiation.
No, take that. Okay, you said that they asked you where do you expect to get for them to get the money from?
Last year, for the very first time, the Minister of Finance ever meeting, when we presented our proposals, he asked a categorical question: where do we expect him to get the money from to pay? And that was at that point, and I always say negotiations not stalled because if you are coming to ask me in a negotiation, say I'm expecting to open that means that there's no hope, and that was what triggered the initial strike. Suspended later no.
Omeni, do you see a sincere commitment on the part of government to ensure that your welfare matters are sorted out?
We have our doubts, and that is the reason for which we have had to take this decision.
From the look of things, how long do you see this traveling? I mean, this is your strike.
Well, in as long as government has not positively responded to our call, at least to restore us to the 2013 rates, then of course, nationwide, our staff cannot work.
But you and I know that the National Labour Commission may obviously go to court. When they go, you will be compelled to come back to either the negotiation table or to go back to the classrooms.
That's interesting. Our elders have a saying that you can force a horse to the riverside, but you can't force it to drink water.
What does that mean?
Simply put, that will be our opposition.
But what does that mean?
I mean, if you force me back into the classroom, are you going to come and open my mouth to deliver what I'm supposed to deliver? So if you force me into the classroom, what is the guarantee, or how are you going to guarantee that I'm doing what you want me to do in the class? Ultimately, no, it means that you are asking me to leave the job. Probably you will get somebody from the ministries to go and teach. So obviously, that is what it will mean. It will mean that you are asking all university lecturers to vacate posts.
Now, it looks like you have the support of the students. They share your plight. And so they say that they are throwing their weight behind you. What does this tell you?
Well, of course, they've been in the gutters with us. They know for how long we have been at this. From 2019, we've been at the negotiations table. I mean, every 2 years, we are supposed to renegotiate our conditions of service. document we presented in 2019. Let's just say, even by this time, that document is obsolete. We should be thinking about revising that and then renegotiating. But from 2019 until now, we are near corporate. So what can we possibly do again?
Obani, you better say OJ Embre now needing call. But my Chechemukakra, is that to say students ever campus some of you lecturers are hall masters. You have other administrative roles that you play. Is that to say all these roles you will not be performing them?
Well, no, that is happening. But what we are withdrawing is teaching and related services. Not just a young classroom to teach. We won't set exams. We won't supervise the students and process results for graduation and all those.
Send any school now and young no.
As an administrative work, over hall now, open registers, administrative process, I am sorry.
Obibeka said, as much as maybe you may be in the right and you may have the support of the students, considering the times we are in, knowing, especially more University of Ghana, say more business school, we've been speaking to a lot of your doctors and professors who are telling us that, look, the government hasn't got the money. The economy is in dire state. And so we should all support government. E-levy, who says some taxes imposition. Are the lecturers not being unduly unfair to government, seeing that the government, by no fault of theirs, but because of COVID-19, have had to find themselves in this situation?
It's the same case. Lecturers also go to the same market as other workers of this country. And we are very much aware also of the price hikes, the introduction of new taxes for which our conditions are getting worse off by the day. Fuel increases, exchange rates, and so on and so forth. And so for us to remain static, and for some other categories, we hate to make these comparisons, but it is also unfair that you set up a committee that gives you a report and suggests, say, the gap between the top and the broader worker population is too wide. Try to bridge that. And we are not seeing that happening. Yet we are hinging our argument principally on the fact that there is no money. When we are seeing in social media people's expenditure on Christmas packages, it doesn't give us any sense that indeed there is no money in this country.
Doc, we are grateful you joined us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
You know, there be so we know beyond. We are Microsoft touch screen. You Microsoft touch screen.
They do that.
Yeah, the analysis no Eddie Amamo. It's moving the the equivalence and then the what. You see everything live and
the deductions and the recalculation.
Oh, Ghana. Anyway, so that was Dr. Sabon Nkumban, who is the president of the University of Ghana chapter UTAG. Joining us this morning on the show. We're speaking to Julius Kwame Anthony, who is General Secretary for NUGS as well, who was telling us that they have their weight solidly behind their lecturers and that government's feed dragging is becoming too much. I think I'll feeding that on say more about average meeting. So it's 7 on the dot. We'll be going for sports shortly. And Happy 98.9 FM and I say ETV Ghana, your number one sports station. Afcon yede and who say minano yede every omanfo. And so if you want the news now, but more the answer that odu afide no ebeto ahanum say and I pay Prince Obiba Brown and ever mention permanent aging con who saw you which the whole say and then ever cast all die and yanka sim nyina na se enye ya mass wedding no Jumedine Basso on the 14th of February 2022 yede kan catch say musu efre no yetie na management has taken a decision for there to be an extension of the date for the picking or the registration or picking up of forms to the 16th of this month. Say and then 10th dia nature say you the whole of this week to pick up our forms from Happy 98.9 FM. Mr. Form no 500 Ghana cedis per when you pick that form for 500 Ghana cedis, this is what you get. 1. Wedding atade abema ne behye ye fa ho ka. Wedding atade oba ne behye ye fa ho ka. Pons a obeye ene omofre ne makeup ye fa ho ka. Nails a obeye ye fa ho ka. Pedicure manicure mobeye ye fa ho ka. Sa enso so na wedding no mompaboa mo car mo betena mu mo hotel venue for the wedding reception location ye fa nya ho ka ye via minia na ya ma anyum tufo ekuku danso so aba beto nyum e de amaye umpewe na opeden but modi answer ba be fa form 500 Ghana cedis na yemboy afel so na ye the counseling enso so ehonsam ebre omamfo me pacho but modi answer be phone numbers we say to register 0249507429 and 0242235086 na oni yempanyifo edi enkomo Ghana Beverage Awards no so no cross www.GhanaBeverageAwards no pomodi answer be ko honum na minia also one nominate a year or beverage we usual say about say alcoholic beverage say about so ensure and now say other categories of beverages bomodi answer mania we be call no nominations no and a year www.GhanaBeverageAwards.com na bibia enko kama mpacho obetimi afre 0202222095 Ghana Beverage Awards inspiring excellence in Ghana's beverage industry. We any information kakra obetimi dia man for abraye dane ho na ye the sports update abre Ghana for. And welcome back to the Happy Morning Show. It's 5 minutes after 7. As you said, the sports update, Ebre Oman for many Prince Abeka and Sanopaya. What the sports updates in Ebre and pay most of it I know will be focused on the Africa Cup of Nations. Of course, El Cameroon at the home and some Ebre Oman for Prince. Morning.
Morning.
Many no pay no say.
Pacho nyame adon na pacho nso e.
You could come kakra intention wa ha.
Me pacho intention. Onum say AFCON season aba.
Yeah.
Enti ye djuma ena no permit se na fati kase ye hu niema nya in fact ama ye nante ye kra asesa e wo fia yampa enura ye di 2 games ebre Ghana for be bia obia ohwe e wo ETV Ghana so sanso ena radio so 2 matches commentary ene 3 matches e betodwa ene 1 p.m. 4 p.m. ena afi 7 p.m. ni nyina on radio and on TV. Your social media and so the metese na o kan ho asem a lot of information and ya flade o ehun eye update and ya dey ba na anopai enti for the next 1 month no every day bia say ya and ya be no across our platforms radio TV online sa and ya be no pepepe
onia we dey adobam oni za hanum de mindia grown fa ho
medase nti ye kodia na memu akwa babiem esan ba eye happy morning eye show ni so ewo ETV na afi happy FM na no pay eye AFCON update eno ene ye de ebro na ye hyase dia na his excellency the president of the republic Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo the message anase enkrato pa akoma blaster say emfie aduanan ni na AFCON ye nyi bida na onim se ye players a ewo ho sabri ye players a omobetimi age aba owie no eno se Ghana foi ye maye nyina ye mfa ye support ma team no na omudi nkunmudie ebeba ye nkotie the president Akufo-Addo e ka kire Ghana fo nyina.
The pressure to succeed is understandably high because of our status as 4-time winners and also because it has been 40 long years since we last lifted the trophy. The target for you, naturally, is to bring the cup home. We have to go a step further than the second places recorded in 1992, 2010, and 2015, and bring the 40-year drought to an end. The task may be daunting, but it is certainly not insurmountable. You owe it a duty to back and support wholeheartedly your teammates representing the nation on the field. That is how a 5th AFCON trophy for Mother Ghana can be achieved. It's the time to throw our unwavering support behind the team. Yes, I'm aware that there are 30 million coaches in Ghana. However, in this age of social media, we cannot allow any form of pessimism, especially in our comments, to filter through to the team. We cannot, directly or indirectly, afford to break their morale. In the highs and lows, in good or bad times, we must show the team that we are Ghanaians and we look out for each other, no matter what. We can make the Black Stars a force to reckon with, once again, on the continent and in world football, beginning with this tournament. Go for gold. Go for the 5th AFCON trophy. We can do it. I know we can.
No, and a president a catcher a Ghana for nyina say e wo mu se emu be ye dendie na so se nyina ye de support a tight team na chi a e ade a ye trophy enum na acha yentimi enyi ye no e betimi e de aba eno and a president aka ne ye to aso de a na the captain of the Blasters ye Dede Ayew so akasa e na o kire so se wo fa nipa du gina ho na obusa se African Cup of Nations koso ewo Cameroon ene Ghana ene Morocco ene de beboni no hwan ene beji a enipa du no ba ko bi pe ena abehu se o kantia no kire se brofum no Blasters of Ghana underdogs eno si o yaje pa ya so sa underdog tag no mu yie pa obi ani na yeso eno ene de be surprise e wiase ena afi Africa ene Ghana fo nyina na ye be koso a na yakwa akwaji na nura na okasa ewo bra official team press conference etodwa ewo Douala eho na Ghana ebesi akan enu na captain of the Blasters edisa ensem we nyina etodwa na no pay mensumi kirem na baby a wo bia na wate hyene so se ene no nan pepepe Ghana eni Morocco de bebo eni ewo Douala stadium eho na sa match no ebetodwa kai shene so se ETV ebeyi ni live sanso na Happy FM so ebe ma live commentary efri eho enti she ne nso ye papa na ye toaso no na Blaster so training ahead of match no the official training ahead of ene ewie anase ene enwumre match amne Morocco ebebono kai she nenso medical akachiro ene 10th January 2022 match no local time kick-off no ukopiemu Cameroon na 5 p.m. ba Ghana 4 p.m. ena yede ebema sanso ena Ghana group C ena Ghana group opener no against Morocco ena yane omo ebebo Ghana ukopiemu a ene game a ebebo no ebeye history pa ebeye 100th AFCON game and as African Cup of Nation game Ghana ebebo ene yedi kan abo 99 deda enti ene de no ebeye the 100th game na shenen so se Morocco nso omo 18th appearance ewo AFCON ena Ghana nso ye 24th AFCON appearance ena ye bebo ewo eho ene nenso Ghana ye 100th appearance na yenkoi na enura matches a yede brewo ewo Happy FM NFA ETV no yemfa ehu highlight the indomitable Lions of Cameroon omo na host nation na Vincent Abubakar ohye 2 goals ewo ebra na Burkina Faso edikan atotwe de kan kra omo hye the first goal Burkina Faso foi first goal na eno ena Cameroon enya 2 penalties na 2 penalties no omo captain the talisman their dependable number 9 Vincent Abubakar etimi enti goal nini sa ena se Burkina Faso cross no ebae ene ene volley left footed volley eno boy na goalkeeper Andre Onana na odafom wentimi anya ho hwe ne no ena bobi ewo Burkina Faso fo atenemu na dia Burkina Faso defender ekutwa Cameroon player no Zambo Anguissa fantastic Zambo Anguissa na VAR review ye no say penalty Vincent Abubakar ejina ho no abo ahye na 1-1 first half no be 38 minutes na 1-1 ewo ho na eno ena bobi ena ene defender no odimirika wasan ko twa biem referee ehweye eno se abrante etwa we di ontimi ntwa ne saa eno nso second penalty Vincent Abubakar no abahye at the end of 90 minutes no na 2-1 for the host nation na oko sabrede oko leg log ne so ewo group A omaje 3 points wo eho na second match of the day no eno so Happy FM by sanso na ETV nso yeyi ema ohun na eno the realest of Ethiopia na afi nso the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde and said the okom kromu a omukan Cape Verde no na sa match no na match ni nyina ekọ na wie no na enya de a Ethiopia etimi shebi na emom Cape Verde etimi eto atena baako a Gary Rodriguez a na ahead of ETV coverage no highlighting no say one of the best players and I say player to watch no eno ena etimi ekọ so ono ena to atena na enya de a omutimi ete Ethiopia etimete at the end of 90 minutes no na ni nyina akoye ni nyina ne se Cape Verde and ase Cape Verde ashe Ethiopia the wellest of Ethiopia eka baako a omu entimi antikra inti at the end of 90 minutes it ended 1-0 in favor of Cape Verde inti highlighting also na ohu ho cross no by pa na atena awoso J Rodriguez ono spotted number 19 ho no and share or share the only goal in that game no ema the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde ho na Ethiopia for no every pa sen kompese omoti omokanso enya dia omo etimi ete ekano ho second half no omo san create chances kra Cape Verde create chances a nanka ombetimi ahye a goal or two nanso the goalkeeper ana odem edema Ethiopia for no ebo ne homodin a se ekano will remain 1 said bia omo betimi ate ewo ho but it was not meant to be say omo entimi ante at the end of 90 minutes na 1-0 for the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde we so na megina na mede highlight ni nyina anase update no ewo Happy Morning Show ni so e dia bro ene anope sabrede e betwa ye ho ye ba yade a empanifo e betena se no masinkonwa na omode show no ato aso medin ene Prince Obiba Puakwa Brown. Peace, shalom.
And welcome back to the Happy Morning Show live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM. We're done 29 minutes into 7. If you just joined us, you're welcome. Today is Monday, 10th of January 2022. I'm hoping that your morning has started right. As ACP would always say, saying I'm crashing as you drive here. Now we ought to be careful. We ought to drive defensively. I always say, when you're driving, drive as if you are the only sane person on the road. Drive as if you are whoop and watching the edge. You want your margin in edge until now nobody in the car air bend will be show anymore. Stop for that individual. But no best no uncle. Or anymore, he's just ahead of you by some 30 seconds or some 1 minute. That's about it. He gets to his destination. You also get to your destination. It's no race on the highway. It's no race. The most important is that you have gotten to your destination. But let's try and respect other road users. That's very important. Let's try and respect other road users. Oto Kelmuna said, motorcyclist and as a bicycle rider and I'm quite sure he has a right to be on that road. I see a lot of you sometimes they are bent motor riders as if somebody they have no right to be on that road. They have a right to be on the road. They are also road users. So let's learn to respect them. Will be a track when I say zebra crossing I say what's the Manakwan. The woman in Sabu who's only panel within the neighbor could see white at the mark and this idea. Not just that you need to be preparing to stop for that individual to cross. But you, pedestrian, will your left, your right. Now your left beam and sana, you make the attempt to cross the road. Your safety must be of importance to you. Like I said, even if you are a pedestrian, Jene say ope na yenya nsani a wo twa kwan ne mu na driver for na aka ne nyina no bia adwene nya adwuma until there's a possibility odo na asi mu no obi ho no ma yenimomo obetwem maybe or the car no ababebo yemfa CBG business tips and broman for na afi no yen hyase na yendi enkomo anopai live on the Happy Morning Show. CBG business tips no ye de brewa na it is to empower you and it is also to prepare you when it comes to financial issues and you didn't come out for fraud you didn't come out for savings you didn't come out for investment and the year has just started and so budgeting it's very, very important with your own blue cash maybe I feel and at home said how they will survive the month of January but that should not be the case. Planning should have gotten you here. And so how to save for the future. Budget is what you need to learn how to make. And so we are teaching you about how to make a budget or how to prepare a budget. It includes being realistic about your household financial situation and setting honest and attainable numbers corresponding to your spending so that you can save. Understand your cash flow and understand where your money is coming from so that you can prepare towards a year of savings. Review your income and expenses. Live within your means. Live within your means. And you say, Wakatia 5,000 Ghana cedis. We've our Kotono Kwampo 1,500 Ghana cedis. Now say we've only we are not fede. I don't know monsoon. The beyond my deswa and Yakofa to your hoso. Wakati 3,000. Waka wuchi. Engine capacity no 4.7, 3.0, 2.5. So back up 1.6 liter engine no driving akasi 70. O drive a car, won't mean to home petrol. Now for the day no what is so. Then you know information at your MI home and find how to save and to budget for the year 2022. It's important that we start right. Some day Ghana Kasa every amount for your more Quenya no for no media. So issues of importance to you are young boss who on a paper you feel like talking about Aquenya ma ewo hono ma say over for now so work up with the on a pay. Eti yemfa Ghana Kasa and bro for. Your phone lines in the afternoon, so after no budget, so area and a light on some how a me fire. Now, some become once a light in Yajma. Where did I pass? It was on the motorway. Yep, on the motorway. That's why you soon kabi. And be someone say, the motorway na me namswa. That's why you soon zano. There's another stretch that I used. And this is a kwano esumunkwa. I think that's the is it the Awoshi stretch that I used? Yeah, I think that should be it. But anyway, offer 0244885140 and answer 0549508687 0549 508687 na only yedi enkomo and lights then you ensure a number and nasa issue of national interest that you feel you want to make a comment or two on ofrana yedi enkomo. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Pacho udini baby afre free.
Pacho friend me Abraham Kafafika so.
Yo, Pacho enko.
Me Pacho me back school one of secondary schools ni bu ekuyapem na no information na me yan since some kwere on the 5th teacher ni bia in school na kan san ko mu cho exam sene enso said o mu che na ge say anya de be paso nti me pa mu cho say the she bia was some yen ticket ni ku school ko chile ko laba e be say o mu yen maye ko se yen man so we di o mu school nanka
Pacho o level ben
Pacho say
Pacho o level ben
o 2 from 2
There's a SHS2.
SS4 no S.
I'm going school teacher bia metro ma de.
Secondary school for the patron on the 5th. Up to now just bia teacher bia ntimsa na na se no mo den na omo ye na no so mo na asa do mo na school mo hwɛ mo de. Nti yesre.
Wow.
Was already na kasa no kola na kasa no. E na me yare na e ba ntim. A whole year ni na no mo tena nti yesre pa. Nti wo hwɛ mo a so omo before 2 years on ba be SS. Omo ma kwan. Eyi mu yara bosom na 28 ya mo befi ti tambe no be exams e no ma befi na match o ma san akọ match yesre
Madam, me pacho me producer be fro na ya follow up on this matter na ye bise mu e de ama etiefo ne ahwefo nyina nti me sere wa ye bebo ho ban ye bebo akwada ne so ho ban sene a obi a emfa na ni enkosi ne so nti pacho be fro ne odi nkomo. All right, that's a serious matter. Since 5th, Mbeko School, no teacher. Wow. Well, we'll follow up on that matter, find out a lot more about the details that she's giving us, and then we'll bring you up to speed live on the Happy Morning Show. Also, so all concerns, all issues that you feel needs talking about, and nobody's highlighting them. It's not always about what we deem as, a national conversation. It's not always about that. What the woman shared with us is a very important matter that we need to focus attention on. But your issue about Nkodane and Momo pills be as a day, no. So muda. But as to say koso and I say koso no. You knew whom. Yes, good morning. All right, too bad. Oniano Entimi Engineer Humano so 0244-885140 0244-885140. You say also bit me after no be jumedi so na anybody enkoma. But on the bit about the data charges are MTN akosro no, I think so we need to focus attention a bit on that because the NCA has not spoken on the matter. I don't know if you've seen a statement from the NCA. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yes, sir. Wisdom Clothing.
Me patron.
Yo, Yanko.
Nyamisa munaj mapamu. Besa 1 week ni na me femu by me san kamuna me ko say me ko talk petrol ogbo.
Okay.
Me ko na macro station ni say petrol ni ho. Eti na me bisa say atade ka katama so de anu ko na the whole Ghana. Na say drivers say yenti petrol so and I bind say okay, where no one ya bind the tea betum. Say it's a petrol short to on ma. Na omo akano. So mutu omu de ma na sika na bind ni dia ma say ebia odi ache no. Boya ana ye boka.
Wisdom. Anya gwan kwa ena since last year omatete wo petrol eso. I know several other homes is almost started to move forward. So Ibikwa is lesser than that of Guel. And so me pacho se before thought na se of Guel filling station on Abia because of the price 6.6 ninti and Aukoton ma. There are some other filling stations selling below even the 6.6. And Timbacho, take advantage and abreast yourself with some of these filling stations, and you can buy from there. Meadows and a place offering I buy so but well as I know, that's where I buy fuel from. They've been running. I haven't seen any shortage with any. Maybe it's a particular situation with your place. Now they may be having a challenge, and that's what they told you. But I know all the filling stations are working, especially with fuel. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Chief Macho didn't be for free.
Medina Justice, me Fresi Medina.
Justice Pacho Enante.
Me Pacho secondary school, Obuasi Sectec.
Okay.
Me pese mi who say in Kolani Eco School as first termer, almost presenti private last na almost me termer. And I want holidays be a vacation. So, could you myself, Musa? School is a demand this hand your money, you man. Was I am in one.
Oh,
I don't know, me person.
Meadows at the pay, Nukini school immediately really actually. It's our practice because we knew that that's what we enforce. We knew that that's what so school was all the prior and I didn't know that they were still there.
For secondary school, there what I remember, they say, "Oko first time now." and I this man echo. But what JSS near there, no, I think it was as and when I feel say a depleted. Yeah. No matter like I say, But secondary school, yeah, it was part of your prospectus. Say with the cutlass, brayer, sometimes crabbing brush, with the beko, and then I remember. But I think it was your first time. All right. Well, minim and senior city, but some 40. If that's the case, they will let us know. Hello. Good morning.
Bacho, I am on a fresh first.
Yes,
you'll be fresh to see an hour. I no cray, my baby and bad because some bowl this come everything. They will stop us. I say the parazone, prying in my name now, I stand it every time. Wow.
You, Madam Pacho Meadows, and a place of net. But during that time, I think so. Unya admission and all this anomalical. Exactly. Yeah, but after that, that was it.
Yeah. And then the new crown is sanctioned by the GS. And as a school,
I don't know.
Has the authority to collect.
As for that one, I don't know. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
But you did baby Afrifi, madam.
But you because I feel
Ashaman. Yo.
But
yo. Utie ma conversation no commodity na aye some way kakra me ba chodum TV set no ma na ni nkomo. Why? Too bad. I'm so near no hwe no ho ntino ama there's an echo, there's a delay in responding to me. But you from me no lower TV set no e ma me na yetimi enu edi ha no ati your phone mu na enu edi enkomo 0244 885140 0244 885140 and 0549 508687 0549 508687 offer any of these numbers are no about home so na you edi enkomo and pay ejumedi no eso. There was a story na I think so well it falls within Ghana Kasanemu. I ticked it. There were two of them at Daily Graphic. I report here. Hello, good morning. Hello. All right. I'm say Nipano.
Hello.
Yes, morning.
Morning. Me na me see ana e ka te no.
Yo, yenko bacho.
Bacho I said this am kana mpese me yo we.
Yo.
Bacho we Newtown police station. I wo fishing harbor. So obi na ko report here. I'm phone for hospital. I'm saying more 50 Ghana.
Ma almost 50 Ghana.
I'm the 50 Ghana. Some of the phone now, almost the phone 50 Ghana.
Wow. But you one case walk on na 2 and so be never catch it.
Yeah, me bla na ko na. 1 week ni no ko na. I call report here send you na. I'm the 50 Ghana and son I'm
hospital refer a friend saying
form no I'm the 50 Ghana and son I'm the amount.
On man receipt.
That be almost a form if they gonna man receipt.
All right, madam. But you also Hifa station here Hifa.
I no way harbor fishing harbor police station.
Fishing harbor police station.
But I.
Okay, all right. But you made that say P. Why? All right. Yen say. But you been chichemu kakra na you find say obi a when your case na dey ko hospital there ko ji 50 Ghana and na hospital there anyway
that's the police for the man 50 Ghana so you know van hospital
omo na 50 Ghana if you know.
Okay,
yeah, anyway two issues quickly.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
I have a complaint to make.
Okay, your name sir, where you're calling from, chief?
I'm calling from you.
Go ahead, sir.
There's a recent happening in MTN, and I think it's time we do something about it. Simply because they told us we should re-register, whilst our details are there already. And then this recent somebody affording to somebody when they for them to retrieve my money. He said the person have removed
all the money from his account. And then I asked the lady, why don't they will block his line? He said they cannot do that. So I don't see the essence of we registering again. Because the crime will be, as I'm a layman, there are many more. And if they cannot block that person, that means you will reduce too many people.
All right.
So I just want to put it across so that there must be something done about it. Because of these crimes, that's why this re-registration is going on.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Fatih, maybe two issues. For any firm moment, we are now two we say na yemobo boso ansana ya twaso, but I don't call Next Level Premium Energy Drink. Minia anapay o share edano asiye no. What I say a year. Sometimes also out to me say wow to me say no my especially say weekend ko ye ma wa. Also a Monday and a pa to move out of your bed is wahala. But if you have, I don't connect Level Premium Energy Drink, who will be now the backwash fridge mu na a chile kama. Also ya obobako na kujusia. Eniji ankeka ani ahode a wode apie afifia a wode kwa bonten no. Obi ehu abonten kwa won tiase. Because you are being moved by something, and that something is Adonko Next Level Premium Energy Drink. Vitamins, proteins, about high concentration and memory improvement, high stamina so swap with me ejina national age madin eche. When I'm to swap it me edi free honum. Waba wafa yefunu anase wama kodanu for enumbi only 18 years and above on this one enumbi and excessive drinking can be detrimental to your health as well. Enti yensheno and so me pacho from 02048988698 and 0592610998 now no more ND and common we make obos we no omanfo no be frame achimiare but adwuma wo some yenti no meye. From 1st of October 2021, NHS SIM card registration exercise. Your boy man for nyina you must say also be a kono register the SIM card no because NCA for say mania while you use our SIM card now by a year ending of March there you lose that number. Me pacho Bostar 404 hash or phone so follow the prompts na register na afi no. Na dey na ko
dem say wọ́n dey also for preach na wa o kan kan tro konkon no say asem no also for kan e o da that's ko
ene ma menye so for bia ma menye so for bia ya me the video se ba da ma woni nyansa o me say and the prophet said Jesus is the mightier one. Chechemuchi. And how much cement before now? No, how much cement before now? Oh, the banana make an answer.
Oh, the banana can answer.
Number one.
Is it Yanko Pamani a bed come from and Jesus is the medicine and the devil.
How are you? Was the prophet? Prophet. Was what him wow. Well, na yanko some kind of one ka be abi. Star 404 hash or phone so na follow prompts no na me pacho register SIM card me pacho kwa no afa Ghana card na aka ho no wape GPS address for baby a wotie no no akọ bibi e kire wadwene am pacho ofa phone na we yenju ska no afre 0800 110-622 now ne NCA for Eddie Enkomo.
But Monkai say ho yem frame Musa Duane anaze Musa credit.
Na do be frame
because the Ghana for do him. The number be a tuja of
I don't quite know ya. I know ya.
Oh,
Ghana ni bia no
only one year COVID-19 call center I have to a man for fresh second dom near
it was in a line
COVID-19 na dia ya so mo che dia
exactly
enti e fa bi say dia ne
dia friend musa say
open we enye dia ne asem
open call credit
we enye dia ne asem we enye dia ne asem TCL buy and pay later hey we dey aba ma yen se fa we dey o se ko bi o TCL buy and pay later. Yeah, say government. Okay. Are you a government or private salaried worker? No need to worry. Be a proud owner of a world-class TV, air conditioner, or any electronic gadget from the TCL showroom now in an easier way. Simply walk into any TCL showroom nationwide or visit credit.tclghana.com to choose the item you want and pay for within a flexible 12-month period. Enjoy today and pay tomorrow. This offer is open to customers on Controller Payroll, Ecobank, CBG, GCB, SG, SSB Bank, First Atlantic Bank, UMB, and Access Bank. Call them on 0596 913317 and 0596 913298 for more details. Terms and conditions apply. Yenyanam yenshen so na yentu eho anamo. Sifa mame embro akachina fe no oni ni nkomo.
Yenko kaswa. Na yeko kaswa nimse ebra na to boot no ho no. It's a traffic chidodo. And the story no ha page number 10 of the Daily Graphic double krata no. Na yenhwe eye atete eni ohaw eni oyaw amanie konana nkuni eye womu te eye kaswa womu famu all because womu tukwan akoba bia na say womu free baabi womu free no ebesia gogrum agony of motorists at Kaswa Tollbooth oyaw our mom chika or move from our Kaswa Tollbooth. Now I mean kind story no.
No say that one kind story no.
Say
kasa
who's our literature your prologue.
Debbie. This is summarize.
With the main kind 3 paragraphs.
You kind of
There was excitement and sigh of relief when the Ministry of Roads and Highways issued a directive to terminate operations of all toll booths throughout the country, especially from drivers and passengers who use the road on daily basis. Reasons provided for stopping the operations of the toll booth made a lot of sense, such as high level of pollution and location of the toll booths, waste of man working hours due to heavy traffic, and its effect on health of road users, among others. Unfortunately, the plight of drivers and passengers on the Malam Kaswa road, especially in the evening from 3 p.m. from Accra, Malam, and towards Kaswa, has become worse than when the toll booth was operating. If it took motorists about 30 minutes from West Hills Mall to get to the toll booth, a distance of not more than 2 kilometers, it now takes about 45 minutes to an hour to do so. The cause of this hellish traffic is not far-fetched. The location of the police station and the bus stop at Tuba Junction, which is also about 20 meters away from the toll booth. They should both be immediately relocated. If the bus stop is not going to be removed from its present location, the shoulder of the road for vehicular parking must be widened to enable vehicles intending to park to pull off completely from the main road to give way to other vehicles using the road. And no, yes, traffic na nanka ya jone yes toll booth no traffic che nyensen no say no just I basa bisi basa tan then pa nti ohawa adroba for enemu I don't know.
Many just say Sifa, the writer of the piece pinpoints what he feels are the causes for the traffic situation. For those who are going, Oko Kaswa, that is what causes the traffic. For those who are coming, there's another cause I know so Ewohodum. But let's focus on one Oko Kaswa no. Sa police station now is Honum no. I don't know why there are always cars parked there. And I don't know why that police station was even sited in the first place. Police station is any parking space. Sometimes we do Honum no baby o my ya na nke bia Udu Honma from immediately after the toll booth. Say, Bia, I don't know how you describe that thing, but maybe okay, no problem. You can easily park there and then work when you'll be no solving no baby no. A hot and who see ya parking cars I chiomo honum. Number 2 is the fact say one more aye on friends say Rambo strips be a quano so immediately after the toll booth in honum. And they are so steep say when you reach there, whether you are driving Land Cruiser, you will have to slow down.
Yeah.
So in slowing down, we'll be able to the boss and asans was say aka ho. Emu etutu amana enso so ewumu. So you have to really slow down to just get over that place. And just those 2 instances nekeke traffic create that area and enye small.
Police station no. Time na not toll booth no operational no.
No.
Ramp no. Time so. Okay. So what makes of the conclusion that one of the reasons for closing the toll booth was because of traffic?
That's why from the onset I said that for me it doesn't hold water. For you to tell me say traffic in T and there are so many roads toll booths be in this war. But traffic was one, you have no idea. And then Accra, the city is choked. Accra is choked. That's why some of us, Ayana, Obiaka, Samidi, Okasa with a lot of passion. But indeed, it is with a lot of passion. Say, Adianka, yem basisi ye juma. Ena, Kaswa, your friend is saying, Accra, ye juma, Metro Masi ye juma, Ayalulu ye juma. Woman lanes na ye mono, woman that's what how many of us will want to spend 100 Ghana cedis 2 days, 3 days? That's asa. To want to commute between Kaswa and Nkran. Through Udu Kaswa, your parking terminal on what parking, what you be out 2 cities, what your car, security, you be airtight at the amount. What for bus? Bus in Edward be do Accra, what final level? It's 5 p.m. You close from work, for bus and what could be out Ujao car, no for car, you drive. And so within the town, traffic be easy. But
no, do town now better than Yakobe Biako.
Oh, sir, but you're almost centralized location.
Exactly.
From there onwards, no. There were city vehicles, boats near that Honma.
But I think, Sammy, it all boils down to our short-termist thinking. We say at a point in time there will be population explosion within some of the urban areas. And say, it will get to a point in time a amount for private vehicles enter the center of the city. I was saying, you about 3 lanes, bus, free some of those areas. And I see basic garages around PPP, private, public-private partnership. In TSC, be 20 cities for a whole week.
Yeah.
You would wish to go and park your car there. Yeah. Now, wafa bus at the Abakroom. Is it the planning? The real thinking did not go into it. The planning of our cities and suburban areas. That really is the issue. Another issue has to do with even with the construction of our roads. Once every year we are looking at main roads. When was the last time I said that as a case? Okay, link roads are Abia say Fati free. Yamfa say and some eba no beso be yusu popiman pokwasi upon to here aha e fa na Fati betimi afa e dia ba bedu Accra that we have not gone into Abia yetenase adwene ho ahunu say oh link road way e betimi agi the sort of pressure a good this major road so dey be a major road no yenim say ofri Accra Kumasi a otina mu e circle now straight edo ko enya fe na akwa any obstruction on the way say traffic catch because there are a proportion of the population I feel no movie outside baby a free urban ama traffic akwa chill number of hours and also to go do Kumasi no over na increase. We need to rethink it will be difficult if we really want to take the bull by the horn. Now I say the city is choked. Now you say cars. In who can say cars with Brebe? Eba the center of the city. Yes, at the outskirts of the city, no. And then you bet to me immediately. Ama Manfo will get the incentive to even live there. Omo bedroom, they have a year.
No, but
source of transportation.
At the moment, we are all living at the outskirts of the city.
Oh, David. Oh, you're in the city.
No, I'm living at the outskirts.
You're in the city. Look, let me give you an
example. You can't
live
in the city today.
I have a friend who lives in Berlin.
Can you live in the city?
People are living in the city.
You live in the city. That's why when they say that bedroom, 1,500, 2,000 a month, then you people are jumping. The cost of living in the city is so high.
Afenya city.
Afenya.
Yeah.
A suburban area.
Yes.
A suburb. Afenya Tema.
Yes.
A suburb.
Within Tema, it's within. But our class, so what do you Accra now? They have Afenya. There is outskirts.
Unim Daimbo.
Ever.
Unim Daimbo.
Okay.
Over to me in a 2-bedroom house, 1,200. 1,500, 1,300. Oko baby a yet less developed. Like maybe I'm one year estate, but a hono and depends then you pay somewhere around between 650 Ghana cedis upwards. So the least you can get 650 Ghana cedis.
No, we have no option than to move to these areas. Because if you are looking for something that is within your salary range, you have to be out of Accra. But the cost of transporting yourself from that
becomes additional
area also becomes an issue.
Yeah.
So all of us are gravitating towards the outskirts of the city because we can't live in the city. It's so expensive to live in the city.
Yeah.
And so Obiopisa said, what is the government's plan? Knowing and seeing that most of the young folks, all of us are moving towards the outskirts of the city.
Yeah.
Have you heard a conversation about this before in this country?
No.
We have planners at our various municipal assemblies, our various district assemblies. There are planners there. But ask them, say, have they envisaged, have they forecasted, say, this is the trend of, let's say, migration and housing. Say a lot of people are migrating towards the outskirts of the city, and then there's no difference between the central region and then the Greater Accra region. There isn't any difference between the eastern region and then the Greater Accra region.
Yeah.
So the planners of the city know what's their vision, what's their plan. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody is talking about this.
Because we don't know.
So that if indeed governments were thinking on their feet, and this is not a today matter, the movement of people to Kaswa is about 10 years ago that we saw people moving towards Kaswa. That 10 years, how many governments have come and gone? But what's the plan to ensure, say, oh, the way a man for drifted towards Kaswa even for lighting, for water provision, for all the utilities are here, the essentials are here. Senya, these young folks who are moving to Kaswa may not necessarily have to drive all the way to West Hills Small provisions and I say market and I say the plan is not there. And so yes, we are all moving out of the city to Kaswa, but we are building traffic coming into the city.
Yeah.
And so we will get to the offices and we are tired already. And it affects productivity. Because when I get to the office, I should be in the office for an hour. I'm taking a nap. My brother, I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to move all the way from Kaswa. Some are living at, what's the name? After Kaswa near there. After Budumburam. Where you have the... yes. Some are living at Kumwa. Some are living at Nsawam.
Yeah.
And they come to work here. And in Nsawam, no, sorry time, or sorry about 3 o'clock. And I can 2 o'clock.
Take your time.
Oh, Madam, for Hona TNT, and
very well developed area. Have you been there before?
And idea I'll bet now also flood in once.
Goodness.
I told you 10 minutes. Now, it's all part of it. Me, such an area, I won't move. I won't move to such an area.
What?
No, I won't go there.
Sure.
Maybe out here. You bet me you were there for you because you should have to 10 minutes. Minty now. But on a more serious note, you know, we need to let governments know that we vote for them to do certain things for us. It's not about the mere talk and the propaganda they spew all the time, but it's about the realities we face as young folks.
You see, my issue has been with you talk about your government in Asia. There was a point in my area, for example, Gbichili, I went and I got to understand that there was a Nigerian man who lives around that area. I think around Sanko or something like that. So, and the man wanted to construct the stretch of road from Babia or no, because he realized that a red soil. And the about to move a bopa. Now, or yeah, quite to a certain extent, and then government agencies in who will be quite, and they got to ask him. I didn't know also because of the dilapidated nature of the road and the fact that amount 40 and the dust is causing a lot of mess around the area. And so the road must be built to the almost standards now on to me and build your almost standard. It's in the pipeline of government. Say obey to me I acquire that aside. You remember say I think somewhere around September October assembly by na estate developers say sometimes I had do here and say aban bit to me abba now about bomb just with the construction of roads and say if you obey extended some of the amenities to some of these areas. I've forgotten. The one government appointee be making a very, how do I call it, unsavory statement. Say, if the estate developer has been able to raise about $5 million or $10 million to build those facilities, why can't he go construct roads and then extend electricity and water supply to those areas? You see, that's the thinking. Sometimes it is the responsibility of some of we should as timamufo no ano yempesika anase yempekwan bi ebefa so a yebetimi amasa niema we edro. What is wrong? Sir, by intimate provide affordable housing. Namakwa sit down na by the only thing all here say obe construct a kwan ga na so obe electricity edro na so obe insure. So you see the posturing of government is say and this is say na cry na dan intimacy bi into akosi na obe bia hote na kwan nya bombo de na den pe kwan be fa so abetimi akwa kwan. In my area for example, the assemblyman goes around telling people almost said the kwana no e was so mutimi a grade kwan so, and then those people will have to contribute and pay the money so that the place will be graded.
I thought to say this country the assemblies would have some bulldozers near their DV, Now then what the community would do is say, oh, your bulldozer, yakwano, as was say, and tiento fuel, yan come assembly no, na a quano ma be juice the amaya, or ma be juice at the amaya. I didn't see whom quite. Some of them are not even having it. I didn't see whom quite.
Sammy, where is the line? Say citizens. And I said to him before, and I saw more to community. Omanga Sambe to me, I saw some Mukwakoye road. If it is something that is allowed or legal, what are the processes? What is the procedure? Maybe as a community, Mupesamuye road, I find out what a Muko. Namuko tiki permission. Maybe a Mutumichiramu said this is the standard of road. What must say? I was say area. It is a Mupesamoya. This is what you need to go by. If it is not legal, then I don't understand why we expect to say amount for mutime momunkwango munkoyom road, because if we don't take care, we will get to a point where it be feel listen menye misika na me ye road ewo ensawom honum baby a na me si toll booth wo ho say meji misika back and be enti no where is the line?
We don't need any line.
Where is the line?
We don't need any line.
No. Where is the line?
We don't need any line because here concrete roads.
Assembly no. Na shade say ewo road construction near demo. I didn't tell I was a contribute can say if I'm going to feel on
oh send here watch it. And
where is the line? Where is the line?
You don't need a line. If you are living in an area where the road is so terrible that your car cannot go, you have to park it in a neighbor's house so that you walk all the way from your house to come and take your car. Fatty, you have no option than to not look for a line. Baby Oma and let me say kudos to Kafui. He's on the president.
If Obia bet me ako constructive road because the road is bad. Na se nipa ako constructive road on wape. E bi kra baby send your plates ni one. Also we gutters ni ade. Nipa na enyi gutters, gutters. Now rather the construction of that road now we think say e ba beboa community, because we didn't know what standards to use, rather because there are no gutters, I constructed road or flooding senior there or what, and see
but if in the interim, do
you go to the assembly to even ask for the assembly's plan, aerial planner? I had to say there was I
think the charges. I think they say. It will even discourage you from embarking on the project.
Assembly engineer.
But nobody is going to wait. Whether look, I may sound what I'm saying may sound very, very unpatriotic, but I need to say it. If I don't have access to my house, if more than 5 of us in our community don't have access to our homes, and we feel that in contributing 1,000 Ghana, we can do some small works to allow us access to our homes. Do we really care about whether it meets the standards of the assembly or not? We don't.
But it's not right.
Yes, but we don't. Party, we don't. It's not as if the government they see affordable houses. It's not as if they are doing that. It's not as if they are providing. In my area, we pull our own electricity. In my area, we are pulling our own water. In my area, we fixed our own road. Then you'll be there. The other home to company say no one more to pick up mu. No one more share at a green be.
Property tax.
No, or more basi ebeje property tax.
So what's the done on one day or so to
how would I be encouraged to pay that tax?
So that's the question we need to be.
Why would I even want to pay that tax? What's the incentive? Idea, government about so you who some more modern. Okay, fine, that's fine. My idea. Because of that, road no for building your own gutters. They won't do that.
I'm saying that shouldn't it be this way? What assembly say if I say a constructor your coin? Assembly say plan no any lay down procedure any. Heck, they might even say that contractor and kaye ye per se using any into ubet me you sooner fine. But this is the standard. Say na wasamo no. What stops you from doing that? Nothing, if it is legal,
nothing stops you.
Nothing stops you from doing that.
Nothing stops you from doing. No,
it's not as if saying it is about the immediate resolution of a problem. Who doesn't know the bureaucracies that await us if we decide to go to the assembly? Who doesn't know?
If you answer never survey,
we know.
Surveyor.
So our wardrobe pan call no one can ordinary boys in a bomb pick up in the mobile 10. No more pick up let you can't even say no mobile area anymore by this canon. One who said the roads are bad. They see. One who said we are fixing our gutters. Kudos to McAfee. Kafu is doing a great job in the area. I didn't think any of can want him.
And once I'm paying promise said this year is a year of rules in Yamfa Yamodiana I'm worried about the Yetama Jasican road there called a voter region. One of the major rules are look, say court baby to say Ada, and as all Babesian could baby to say Vanzia Fina call a year one casa or Quatimbu. I mean, the sort of traffic that you have to face. A Simon runabout, okay, from a Simon runabout. I tell you, be an opasse. Zenka minimum obi wo ha obey free and anka mama na twamfoni e de aba abechiro inbound outbound nyina no ache. And you see, we had the opportunity as a country to expand that road long ago you are kwanya na sengi betimi abie kwanum wonam kwan no ho you see say baby are reserved lands for roads no e wo ho obi anko ho. I see no reason why in here every single day, every single year, I promise it. You be go cut sword. I promise it. You cut sword. You ba be kwan. And so I feel the back na wie ye. If you mean back na wie ye.
Elections by any.
Na say the tia na.
Elections by any.
Here ye wo kwan a. So obi a wo ti afienya. Now person ba be fa main the ye Temajasican road. Obetimi afa echirewa kwa akofa emfa ze VR4 almost substation or afa come to 25 and next no kwa see main road nanka akọ sa kwa no offer so 1 2 3 4 5 wo card no what the never hospital.
Well, yembisa question of TV no so on the ACC there or a law enforcing agent will pay everything by the book. na yembisa engineer Mahama say anye bia na metimi area na say kwan na say mintimi wura me fie na me emergency o me koto cement na to chippings na me dia mix na me dia goose na me dia failure me ko hu assembly ana. Engineer, good morning.
No.
Na anom li saying
Nyame adumboko namuso e
yema de kokko mu kakra bonye de me hu ya say o status ayefe eno anu no de mu ya say o status na ayefe ba say o WhatsApp e ma ka che me so same ba na so status onye fe no eno anu no say ono former boss e twa picture na dia two steps yeah me
That was 2010 or 2012. Yeah.
Who's I mean follow?
Matthias, yeah. But I was there. Where I do a lot of education, which is the Twitter and the Facebook.
Exactly.
So maybe today I would want you before more small captions. I would want you to be emphatic. Say, I don't want just wholesale followers. That's why. Even on Facebook, I try to look at the people before I accept. Secondly, I want those who can communicate well across the country.
All right.
So my Twitter handle, what I put there, mostly about reflecting on my engineering prowess and the people who are messing up the country in terms of the more discussion about the deliberate actions and inactions by the assembly that is affecting traffic flow, affecting the deterioration of our roads. The assembly has a major deliberate action that they take that affects flow of traffic. It is a disincentive for government to construct roads by starting the site, at Mahama_Abdullahi. Follow.
I think
we should start now. You bisa question point. Na mawie de was make
it. First question at Fatisha Valley me bisa on say. Semitimi area a kwan nye but ye wa hoden see betimi aye kwan no according to standards to allow us temporary access to our homes. Do we really have to consult the assembly?
Yes, I was say mo bisa assembly no. Now, assembly no bisa omo say maybe ye kwan no enye papa but ye say we just want to make it a bit more trouble and accessible to our community. Maybe the assembly has these engineers they are attached. Say the local government ministry they have employed engineers who are directly under as a Department of Urban Roads, but they are attached to the assemblies because they don't have their independent or individual offices to run from all the districts across the country.
They
attached to the metropolitan or district or municipal assemblies. You can have a feeder road. When the area is a feeder road dominated, you see a feeder road engineer at the assembly. Other areas, we won't say there's an urban road engineer at the assembly. So they should ordinarily have the mapping of projected project, and maybe in the events of Benyeska or Babayano, they will have the map. So when you inform the assembly, they will now engage the feeder road or the urban road engineer at the assembly. And in some instances, we have what we call the area managers of Ghana Highway Authority. One area manager of Ghana Highway can be overseen to about 4 districts. That's why they call them the area manager. So if the assembly is aware of all this, what they have to do is that when you bring the request to them, they will now engage whichever road that you want to improve. If it's a highway, they will engage the highway engineer. If it's an urban road, they will engage the urban roads engineer. If it's a feeder road, they will engage the feeder road. Mostly it's an urban road because they are within the peri-urban areas to be out. So the urban road engineer will now look at it and say, okay, maybe this road has been earmarked for construction this year. However, this is how the plan looks like. It's a mutman is saying, I say, affecting so much in trying to remove and do the good work for you. They will just guide you as to how to do, even though with the lesser amount that you have now. They can just guide you to do something which will be lasting till the project is it comes in. Next recent number can be short one be a small mall, be mini mall within the Adenta area. And I went to the assembly. I spoke to I have to write an official letter to them. They responded, and then they got the engineer, the urban roads engineer, attached to the arena. They were all met on the site, and we told them what we're going to do. In fact, ours was going to be better than what the urban road would have done if they come and do that. So we're going to do a whole 380-meter length by 8-meter wide pavement blocks. And I say, in the next 50 years, you can be rest assured say the road will not deteriorate. So they will just be happy, and then they will rather report to head office. Okay, this is what somebody wants to do, but with an engineer, and they will be allowed to do that.
Enti, so me yes, I'm a from Rana.
So why invite engineers now?
Yeah.
Oh no, from Rabia. That's why you have. So you have even recognized the fact that there is an agency.
No, this is yes, sir. If we are in an area and then we take the initiative. Yatumbra.
Oh, I will not have the exact act to buttress that, but the Ghana Highway 4 Act now, I think that's 501 or 501 or whatever it is now. You cannot tamper with any of the roads in Ghana without, dealing with the agencies. If you cannot or the cable pass here or the pipe your offense. I think in the Ghana Highway more Act. And so I think when you do that, you have offended the law or you have breached the law.
Engineer no pay do so Jimbe na edin komo. Engineer Abdullah Mahama eneno edin komo no pay ewojumedi no so Happy Morning Show live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM. And I pay Minia Audu Mahama mention I was looking forward to Andy can come also joining us this morning, but I'm say Minia no circumstances beyond his control, you know, I may not see him. But even in his absence, I think I need to do this and celebrate my brother. But Audu, good morning.
Morning.
Now, I know what I'm just saying. No watch it, but two can't watch it.
No correct. No. Ira won kwemu kakra.
Sir, upon you marry
yeah. My main for opportunity way.
Global Media
Alliance, ETV, Happy FM, any way. We end on Mercy. Now, since I started program, we now we appreciate what you've been doing for us. Now, I feel we did so yes. So last year, there no yes, so a different different level. And a better mercy now a year love mushu ye every year at the end of every season. Now Nyankopon and Mama Juma Koso. Now
me Baosuno. Now most of the times what we do is say you be train onipani ni asase no. I think you be celebrating no.
Yeah.
I think you didn't be 2 year status. Na yakase o asumesi say. But this morning I want to say a big thank you to Andy Kankam for being a brother. Andy, unim Andia. For my father, so near din and this and that and that. But Andy is one person that I can boldly say has been a good brother.
Yes.
A real good brother. Yeah. Controversial he is. For want of a better word, make us a cream kakransu anymore. But Andy is a brother.
Oh yes.
Andy is a brother. And Andy, I would want the world to know that I'm proud to have you as a brother.
Yes.
I mean, Andy Afro. Hey, who are you fan? You see, me fear. What the other be out she fear. Pierre. You see, you Mati be Pierre. Masa, Makwan ne mua o. You see, you Mati. Odeba se mua. What do you want to be Pierre? You know, Andy would make the effort to get in touch with you to find out how you are doing. And I think I need to let the world know Andy ought to be celebrated.
Yeah.
How do? Me yeah me show oto baby me so metim baby.
Yes.
Me kan just say betie show no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bon say o phone no animal so and viewers of the show would most of the time see me say my family phone.
Yes.
Me family phone na is how do and I send a message. Sami check here. There's this story here. It speaks about the thing you guys are discussing.
Yes.
And so you direct me sometimes on some of the issues that we are discussing.
Yeah.
How do? I'm grateful. Yeah. It's not that just you are sitting here that you contribute to the discussion, but even at home.
Yeah.
And I'm always moved by the fact to say, Minia, whilst I will feel now uni hana krampo no, There are other shows that are discussing equally pertinent issues, but you are listening to your brother. And I appreciate that very much. I'm grateful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Obimanu, baby, I will be for the love, the kindness. I remember one incident, and I'll share it. I don't mind. I remember one time I had an issue, and I'm afraid. Master, many issue with you. Also, was a many problem. Every service issue we see. And before I could say Jack, now you solve the issue. No, yeah, I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm a suspect, kakra. I'm a suspect.
Oh, yeah, big suspect.
A suspect, kakra. And then David Tamaklo,
yes,
my brother.
Yeah,
Dave, good morning. Oh, I know I throw allegations in Kwa. When you make big man, so you know go call me. I said, my Dave, you the big man past me. And David never wants to be a big man.
Yes, he's always a small boy.
Yeah, he's always a small boy.
Or pretending.
Yeah, let me see. I'm Dave, I am grateful to you for being my brother. The love you show me, I don't take it for granted at all. I'm grateful to you guys for being there for me, for the interesting conversations. And I thank God that they understand that is the work, and so when I'm doing it, we should move on freely. Okay.
Mame so many for opportunity na chia many anoma obo medin.
Indeed.
They are wonderful human beings. We obi menu there, obi a oni mene, obi menu there. Everybody knows. Obi a oni mene na onim say mene relationship since 1999. Ebe close. We've never departed from each other, and we've been so close. And he's been so supportive. And now there were Nyankopon ema your relationship because so. Andy Sosa, Andy there. Me koni fear about me fear. Honestly, they watch already. He's a wonderful guy, character. David, Yana, Menono, ye kakraka. Now you have spoken about David. David will be
humble.
Well, very humble. Ube hunu shows or TV misbehavior kakra. Now that's part of misbehavior. That's how we are. But David is a wonderful character. Only very good guy, and we need to keep the relationship going so that we may have different views on matters. By any animal, first of all, we are in the same profession. For the benefit of a betterment of Ghana. As we go into, we have come into 2022. No, I hope you say,
but for the record, if I say me come over here, Andy can come there, cream anymore. Yes,
Andy
can come there, cream anymore.
Andy, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Remember,
no namo kakas one a satan tobu tono. In fact, you spoke about the issue at Ewo Kaswa. Me old lady to Kaswa auntie. I'm a frequent me call Kaswa almost all the time. Now, police station or any police for largely they contribute to traffic never.
Indeed.
Sometimes we also must stop it. Trotro for no. Apart from trotro for no, must stop it no. No must search cars. I stop it cars war. No must block kwano. We say in front to na kwano da ho. And yet back no nyina eba old barrier.
Yes, old barrier.
Challenge traffic hachi. Meanwhile, the front after Tobu to know that because of that area, the police force. Sometimes come to me check us before Tobu to know. No more block and I don't. Police force and come direct traffic. No more traffic. Funny
thing is, most of them are not MTTD phone pool.
No, they are not.
They are not MTTD.
They are not MTTD. Now much now no more block sometimes. Because many are Republic press somewhere one day or try about extortion. Na me no nya kakra say ebia but near me cost one say also menim say head of MTTD on fan in Kohona among easy traffic na wo no yes it boot na traffic or me you money me about to booting but I think the police will have to MTT before they have to sit up and make traffic flow in that stretch, that corridor.
True. But then finance you take for some strike and
yes, yeah.
Say but Meaning of the two, UTAG and then the reversal of the benchmark value of Mampenisi, they should hold on until consultative processes have been completed.
Yes.
Whichever of them you want to talk on.
Yeah, better mark and say
one man show.
One man show. Meaning baby Andy walk. UTAG there no. Men can say. Look, let's face it. I think that government needs to be more on the UTAG, serious on the UTAG matter. Only say UTAG problem has started since 2013. Abana na was no 2013 every time I'm free power. The problem was not resolved. President Akufo-Addo abide by since 2017. Every seen the same problem. Adeng. Now, a lecturer, ebia, why a professor, that's all a salary. Or Jenny pay slip. I also say, ebia, watch some small boy be, ne, obey MP Article 71 office holder.
Yeah.
Or share, ebia, a student, no crowd chair, no, ebia, no, a bonka cra. They say, well, also, I'm a MP. Or share a salary as a professor many years in academia. Or share an MP. And boy, no, our chair, no, our bonka crowd. So they say, our Jim maybe 3 times or 4 times more than him. How will you? It doesn't give him a say. Juma Oyeno is being appreciated by the state. We have to be serious about our teachers. Meaning say teachers or more numbers soon. The slightest increase in their salaries will change a payroll amount in the workers. But I free senior high school, free education, senior high school education, OVA SSR, Infana Oko University. Until from primary school, your educational system, reforms. Our teachers are so key in transforming our education. Until find any core teachers. Now, from basic level up to the university, if we want to transform this economy through education, and that's what government says it intends to do. If you are doing that, then the teacher must be key. Teacher is also teacher ye. Obe ye ne juma be ye you also be ye more encouraged to support your educational drive. But if after how many years since 2013, university lecturers Omar fight say better conditions of service, then you go into negotiations, you agree on certain points, you don't implement those, now you come back to square one. It doesn't help. Education now also will build, And I think that they need to come together again, both sides. The employer and the employee must sit at the round table with Labour Commission, Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, now Labour now Omaye Nemo is Omoye. Look, it is very important to say, yeah, teacher ye. Country education is key. Now, education, as I said, teacher is central to everything. Say teacher no is not well motivated, or no crowd, no knowledge, empathy or students, can be a profound knowledge, because it's not in the right frame of mind to deliver. And there's a show here, pana. Say, more cost the schools are just reopening universities. They say be so we need to be very critical as a state. Support to or they go back to the classroom. Look, we can meet them halfway. Or more halfway for now. Start to encourage them, say, look, government is serious in solving their problems. But if you go and tell them that when you see that expenditure sometimes some people are benefiting, others are not benefiting. And one central thing, so we have to be critical on salary structure of this country, our salary structure. And one of the things here in it is about people have been talking about Article 71 office holders, and we need to revisit that situation. Constitutional reforms, look, we need to bridge a gap a bit. I've been a sympathizer of politicians because of demands, and how we need the resources to even satisfy our demands.
Yeah.
But we also need to look at other workers. Ghana, we need to meet them halfway so that we all go to the same market, so that they will also be able to cope with hardships cost. So it's very important say best support here home. The UTAC over there are buying on some share mona say their problems will be at least we more hope be say you are ready to meet them in a particular way. Not say okay, these are your proposals. I went to me meeting now, but these are the things we can implement now. And even if it is you tell them, let them know say you are ready to follow through a report and our recommendations now. You have all agreed say move implement it. Why are you delaying in implementing those recommendations? And it's very important to say, look, me have teachers dear, massa. It's a show more power. If all of us sitting here say are not late teachers or which idea, we may not be on this show.
True. We
may not contribute little I contribute for the development of this country. So the teacher is very central to the education of every person, everybody in the country. So teachers, so it's very important.
Yenani hona yemba yeba na afeno yentua enkomotwetwe so live our ETV and a happy 98.9 FM. And welcome back. We have 20 more minutes before the show comes to an end. You are live on Happy 98.9 FM and ETV Ghana. I would make catch us a paddy or a troublesome guy. Or by a boys and inside PM short in Moon in Sao. Shannon TV so. I would know. Well, when I won't come on into the snow be a whosoever. And I can come across.
Sorry. So boko official pa I would do official pa
na uko share here
and the assessor make
okay yeah
we hire kon
ode yeah nyina any mo so bad that
but
Andy
Akwaba, but I think that I said something in your absence. Yes. I don't think you heard, but I think
I was monitoring the show.
Yeah, but I need to let the world know that I appreciate you very much.
I appreciate all of you.
A good guy.
And Andy is an extremely good guy.
A good guy.
And no problem no. And no problem no. Sir, I'll call you back no. I'll call you back no. Is that the way?
I'm setting your phone. I'll call you back.
I'll call you back.
But Andy, seriously. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, yes. I am grateful to have you as a brother. I mean, the love you show, sometimes, you know, Nancy Dems or Sakra, last quarter of the year, 2021. Now, and the Bible said, a Bible messages in his shoe. Bible messages in his shoe. Now, Corey, what's a prophecy? I prophesy into your life. Hey! Let me show Andy. If I'm not able to say it in public, then it means that I don't appreciate
I appreciate all of you. So I would be concerned if you're there. Let me go cause confusion.
Yeah.
You are all wonderful guys. David Tameklo, Ben Menu, Isaac, our producer.
Tell Haji I want to eat rice.
More management, yeah, that was it.
Oh,
you've been wonderful.
Very.
Same as last year.
Global media.
More present Nubi. One was a machine for you. Me share that.
Me say.
Some bahasi and then me bedamasi. The more dias and then so you damasi.
Me say.
Mo print Nubi na machine.
Me say print no more paper me home. Next time me share baha.
Because
and it means say you see and also me no. Me jai show new host.
Yes.
Na me be panelist.
Now also ya.
Send
last edition no when you hokra na you. Because no cause confusion. Many of them and by one. Moko Kumasi by
yeah. That's true.
Some wonderful.
Open now. We'll click on. About Mike. Okay. Sound
Indeed. Some
never home. Nay, the Anka, the come once and cry because I moye cry now, you know, cry very important.
Sometimes I may discuss it with now sending a test. Who said they are following, and some of them say, maybe woman be fair with the school name in sense. Some Mr. More follow up.
Yes, oh yes, I took it. It's here. I've marked it.
Partition, yeah, Miss also a problem with Kakra and so on. Or say Krunum here. Nancy Toa and no more bread.
No.
This year road garo.
Anyway, back to the issue.
I think we were talking about UTAG.
Yeah, UTAG strike.
My brother, I would do a cancer. A teacher for this, they said your market you are and you're having a some and yesterday I was in a report shared with me by Dr. Tando, a senior lecturer at Gimpa, basically about the attrition rate or the public universities, how people are leaving the honorable profession because enkoyi joining politics. And the government assessor UTAG for assembly. It has been an age-old problem, and I think that we need to be decisive, and I mean government, to solve this issue once and for all. They be Yenisika. Even when they go into negotiation and they agreed on ABCYZ, Abai and what they are supposed to do. And so you see, these teacher bodies have a reason to go on strike. Because if a government agency can spend 100,000 Ghana cedis on Xmas 3 for Kutuka International Airport, and the justification is that over the years, almost spending sir, by your crowd, you have swam Ghana for. Ama, you are spending only 100,000 cedis. How can you tell us this? How? When you are telling us that, Massa, we should tighten our belt, we should bear with you because of the COVID. And you're telling us this? No, I have personally, I'll be going to the transport minister. And I think the transport and aviation minister. Say now, the board chair of the aviation will say, ECA, say 100,000 now almost spending on Xmas 3, no? Ghana Airport Company. Yeah, and I think it's under aviation. And now because of merger,
transport and aviation.
Yes. So, sir, over the years, almost spending more than that. We are spending 100. Only one of the many trees now, you are justifying this when government is struggling to get money to pay UTAG and the rest. And this man is still at post. He must be fired. It's an insult. You are insulting Ghanaians, sir. Massa, I'm Xmas 3, 100,000. Now, who Papa Sika, will you spend such money? Will you sell such an amount on Xmas 3? You should come and tell me. Sir, any personal, I will say, money, and now is that a way to spend the money? Because almost say, I buying the will be on fire buying home. And so people can just engage in reckless expenditure. And they will turn around to come and justify this. So you take for some striker, strike. Some woman now friend and say, Omaba school. Ne mamuko school na absent na mumma no. Yeah. Mun follow up. Mubeka se mekai. Ebia sa striking sensem ya boba yao. Also they also threaten this strike action because of more condition of service in Nasefo. Into yem. But if not that, I think sir almost one concoct radio no na yenhwe. But I want the president to take keen interest in this matter, and that not directly the president, but the transport and aviation minister. It's a Ghana Airport Company, the board chair, justification of the ban, you say, 100,000 now almost spending on Xmas 3 no. Yeah, na Ghana phone count mon ntum no. Sa atem didie no, masa atem didie no ye mfaso. He must be fired.
You mean Paul Ademochi must
he must be fired. This year 2022 we are going to be radical for Mother Ghana. Who will allow people to just come and lord it over us and just get away with it? It's the taxpayers' money. Is it your money? Will you spend your father's money on this on such thing?
But is it not an administrative decision that would have been taken by either a general manager or a director? Why should it be the board chair?
Listen, but the board chair came with a justification.
Yes, but
that he has to come out because over the years, almost spending more than that on Xmas 3. We cried yeah. Me na me busa say who papa sika wo be sa. Wo bottom sika wo be spending 100,000 on Xmas 3. And you are telling us this is the lowest you have spent. You are insulting us. And he's still at post.
Well, now we can about a management decision. The problem I have now, man, who say the very good, a very good, your friend say, fool, Manasi, Azuria winning, a postie. All share receipts, pro forma invoice, the receipts by they were all addressed to the board chair. And that I find to be a bit off. Yeah. Well, if it is management, why would board chair be directly involved in
daily
in these matters? Because I thought that it would have been addressed to even the managing director of Ghana Airport Company.
Exactly.
Why the board chairman addressing Mano bills and forward the board chair? Is it that he was directly involved in the pitches in the pitches of the same motor?
No, but that's I mean,
yes. But that's why the matter. What does it do? One for you see over 100,000. But there were two. One back here 84, and back here is it 20 something or 30 something? Me figure me check here and come in who refi. Oh, added me no now. Is a little over 100,000.
You are telling us that
decorate. Yes, every year be our more year. Yeah, now say conditions now say it's almost because yes, never idea, master. Come
on, for. You are talking about how people put body and soul together.
Now say we if 100,000. I don't know the number of workers or more. Now say our chair now be annual 200 Ghana cedis, 300 Ghana cedis. Was it will be more. Nyankopon beshira more than what you have 3 there. But.
It's good for the optics of it and for the beautification purpose. That is it.
Show commitment to show that we actually cutting costs. Yeah, we are struggling to government.
But then
would it get revenue?
Would it then not suggest that there might be administrative gaps?
I mean,
in the company.
Don't go there. Yes. We don't have time. Because, board chairman or more, they behave as executive board chairman or persons.
In fact, it
board chair. Company. And they behave. They want to dictate the pace. You see, you are just an advisory body. When it comes to the day-to-day running of the it's the management. Oh. So even it is questionable that those invoices were directed to the board chair. Why? It is the management that has to present, say, oh, these are the invoices that we have. We need your approval as a board, exactly. Whether to spend that money or not.
There are even thresholds the
management,
that do not need board approval.
Yes.
Thresholds were yes. I don't know the threshold of MD and I Ghana Airport Company, but mostly around 100,000 there, management can take those decisions. But if a board chair is directly involved in this, it's a bit problematic.
All right. Your 2 minutes, seeing that you are not just guests or panelists on the show, but you are members of the show. Most of them followers or come on Krata.
Yes.
And I'm sure at the beginning of the year you may have a word or two for people who read your papers.
Yes.
Under 2 minutes, 1 minute each, 1 minute each. How do you say?
Oh, I didn't say I said that many are and also we have to be critical. we have to support to constructively na Niama Ghana beko ye. I think for 2022 it will not be business as usual. Yeah. We will support government to promote its policies, but we also caution that we will not hesitate to expose any government official or affected this country. We will not shake that responsibility. Whilst we support government to develop this country, we also put government on its to say Nema because yes. So government officials, you should be careful. Say lenses are on them. We do as is expected of us, so that Ghana Ghana beko ama enyana. So government officials who take decisions in accordance with due process and the law, so that our lenses will not be on you. That's very important. So that because every paper be supported buying. Now said no a true story about against a buyer a betrayer. Any betrayer, we are all fighting for the benefit of this country. So all government employees should be warned that we will have different lenses in 2022.
So I mean, I think the MPP NDC is all about better Ghana. They want to build Ghana. They want our lives to be better. And those of us who have elected ourselves as media practitioners will continue to educate, entertain, and inform Ghanaians. And we'll do that without fear or favor. Sami, to end, I think the SIM card re-registration, it is endangering the lives of Ghanaians. Sami, the Gulf House, the NIA office, you know the primary document to get the registration is the NIA card or the Ghana card. Let me just, and traffic free, food and standard authority. So huge traffic. And you see old ladies, 60, 70 queuing. And those attendants, the telcos, the way they talk to the customers. I went there to observe. Last week, Wednesday, Thursday, I was there. We could observe here. So, Professor Ken Atefa, yes, Remo. If we, and I would do lecturer, former NIA boss, right? Dr. Haji. Yes. Said something. He raised some very pertinent issues. Said they need to suspend the exercise. Like what the president has done in the benchmark value for more consultation. So what consultation went into this registration? Even the platform now, NCA creating, they cannot even deploy. The telcos cannot even deploy. Because you see, we are in the era of digitization. And so if the vice president is championing digitization, and I think this is a whole thing now, globally is digitization. Since I must be able to do all these things. And I think that what this lecturer was saying is that why should we allow the telcos to be taking biodata of people? It is not done. He called there some relevant sections of the law. So I think that this exercise, one, must be suspended for broad consultation, and this exercise should be an all-year, we say, exercise. Why is it that in this country, what will bring revenue to government, the processes, we have to queue for everything. Even when you are going to buy wachi, outside the premises of this, we say, you have to go and queue. We queue for everything in this country.
My lecture, my lecture, I've looked at issues I raised. There are some of the issues my lecturer is not entirely right. Some of the issues, because we don't have time to go into a.
Next week Monday, inshallah, there are issues to talk about. You know, I'll resume February. For me, only
Juma to February. Look, this thing started since October. Ghana for yes, as one thing.
No, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. This one, and I disagree with you. Because Vodafone, Nipa no, I waited for the Vodafone one. MTN me rule honum, and I'm saying, wait a minute to me. Nipa go hono.
MTN
this was last year.
Almost subscribers. Yes. What kind of measures na MTN as a corporate institution?
I mean, if you are embarking on such a project, you should have all these things in place.
They need to keep their customers.
Who is the head of the
MTN needs to keep their customers. What measures are they deploying? Say,
anyway, me time na so.
We talk say people don't consult, policy makers don't consult. The e-levy, we said same say when telecom chamber back out say man consortium was brought on the government. Well, as Engineer Sibe was saying, say it was after problems started building up regarding the processes, no, and now. All right.
On what? Next week Monday. Next week Monday we will repeat. Next week Monday we will repeat.
This started in October last.
Before we leave, I said
the telecom so no so they be sleeping. They will be sleeping.
All right.
I just started in October last year.
Monday, next week Monday, it will be the same panel that will be here, and then we'll have the conversation. But I would like to thank you for being a part of the show this morning. Andy, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you joined me this morning. Say, we follow this year, the minute one and I
see. He's a suit wearing.
Share Nyamipa or Channel Power on the Happy Morning Show.
Oh no, a suit wearing journalist.
So we can't